Who that family? Check out the Pro Shop. That's right, the Pro Shop is the platform store where you can go and buy all the latest merch to support the platform. Available at the Pro Shops, we have dozens of hundreds of products available for you and your family. Unisex tees for men and women, hoodies and sweatshirts, tank tops, kids and baby items, long sleeve tees, mugs, pillows, wall art, bath bedding, face masks, phone cases, stickers, bags, fanny packs, socks, hats, and many other items. Please feel free to check out the Pro Shops. The link is in the description section below. And remember, it helps the platform continue to grow. Check out the Pro Shop and who that too.
You're listening to the Pelicans postgame report on the PRO Media Network for all things Pelicans.
For all things Pelicans, you're now tuned into the Pelican postgame report. We in the building. Much love to the flock. Appreciate y'all guys tuning in on this episode of the Pelican postgame report. We're in the building with you on this one. Much love to the flock on a Saturday edition of the Pelican postgame report. And yes, on this one's called Griffin planning career-defining moves for the Pelicans this offseason. This is coming from a Forbes.com article. We'll cover that article today on the Pelican postgame report. I'm Big Q chiming in. I got my co-host DC in the building as well. DC, what's happening, fam? How you doing?
It's all happening, bro. I'm doing pretty good, man. I'm looking forward to these career-defining moves that David Whiffin, as they call him, has planned, bro. Because man, I don't think I could take another one of these drafts that he botched up, man. I'm still kind of sick about not getting Sadiq Bey, bro. Like, man, we could have had Sadiq Bey, bro. Man, you know how much easier that would have made things last year, Big Q?
I know. We were talking about that in
I like Kyra, though.
One of the mock drafts shows we was talking about having on a guy, getting that guy like Sadiq Bey there. It just didn't work out that way. We helped other teams, though. You can feel good knowing that you helped draft other players to help other teams, though.
Why I'm gonna feel good about that? They don't try to help us with shit.
Well, David Griffin was handing out charity to everybody with 4 draft picks, 3 of which were traded out for future picks. And of course, we were able to keep KLJ. How do you let shut down? I told that was stupid ass strategy, man.
Were the future picks higher than the picks we gave them?
I don't know, but more than likely, probably not. But I know at the end of the day, you know, you're gonna see some drafting going on, but you're also going to see them take some of those picks and trade them for established players, in my opinion. Well, how you have 1,000 picks there, they're gonna definitely do that because that caveat was dropped as well. So big ups to the flock. I appreciate y'all being in the building on this one, man. Much love. GM Kev, Slade Smith, Jerry Poor Jr. is in the building as well. Big ups to the family members. Appreciate y'all chiming in, tuning in. Please hit upon the like button as y'all dropping up in this thing. So without further ado, family, the NBA playoffs are happening around us. And of course, Brother Jerry astutely mentioned the elimination of the Lakers and that he's very pleased about that. And also you look at the fact that the Clippers are struggling now. They had to Leonard had to take the
struggling after that other game. Big Q Kawhi put on the show, man. That was epic, bro.
Yeah, it was him. He had to carry the day.
Devin Booker impersonation out there, man.
Yep, it looks like a new guard in the NBA. The Mavericks are pushing the Clippers, and
I don't think they're gonna get past the Clippers after watching that game the other way. And really, I think Mavericks should have won that game, bro. But Kawhi he refused to let them lose, bro. I
Yeah,
don't
he
I
carried
don't
them.
think the Clippers go and lay an egg in Game 7 again. After what they went through last year, I think them dudes gonna play with their hair on fire in Game 7, bro.
Yeah, something sparked them, and we'll see. But also, we'll get into the tunes and topics for the family members. If y'all want to questions and concerns, drop them in the chat. Later on, after we cover this article, we'll open up the chat and take a few calls in this version of the Pelican Post Game Report. So, without further ado, DC, let's get on this article right here, man.
Yeah.
David Griffin planning career-defining moves for the New Orleans Pelicans this offseason. And this one is
Wait. Before you read it, he wasn't planning these damn moves in 2019.
obviously not. I think he was just happy to be here, and whatnot. But remember, this is his third season here, and things are starting to add up. 2 years, 2 9 playoffs, despite all the speaking that he done, all the talking that he did.
Oh, he's a
But let's
silver-tongued devil. This one.
now he's a bronze tongue devil and it's rusting because every year it's raining on this parade. He got to get this fixed absolutely.
You gotta give him some credit though, bro. He do make it sound good. He makes it. I got to
For
give him.
somebody sleeping, yeah.
He make it sound good, but like you said, to somebody sleeping, because when you woke, you know about 75% of the shit he's saying is lies.
Yeah, he is. He a big time liar, ain't no doubt about it. But anyway, let's get into that, man.
Appreciate Sean Payton, bro. I tell you.
Oh yeah, he ain't nothing on Sean. Planning career-defining moves for the New Orleans Pelicans this offseason by Christopher Dodson, who did this article for Sports Money through Forbes. And if you want to research the article, you can feel free to do so. Just put in the name of the article listed there, and you can be able to read the article as well. Now, Executive Vice President of Basketball Operations David Griffin has been preparing for this offseason
General
his
manager.
entire professional life. Excuse me?
I say you mean the general manager, right?
There you go, general manager.
All right.
De facto general manager. He learned the ropes all the way up. Now, this is going to talk about Griffin's rise to power, I guess you want to call it, and then it's going to kind of peruse, one of my words, into David Griffin's current endeavors with the Pelicans. He learned the ropes all the way up in the ladder in Phoenix until becoming the senior vice president in '07. Griffin eventually found his way to Cleveland to put his stamp on a full rebuild. But then LeBron James moved back home. Griffin has an elevated sense of ownership over the direction and future of the New Orleans Pelicans, more than he felt he had with the Suns or Cavaliers. This is just one reason the next 18 months will define David Griffin's career and chart his path of the next 8 to 10 years in New Orleans basketball. Now, Griffin was an in-house hire after almost 2 decades in Phoenix. The culture was built before he ascended to an executive chair. Keeping LeBron satisfied with the roster was more important than building the culture in Cleveland. Once LeBron announced his return, Griffin immediately traded his selections for the first overall draft pick, and hand-picked coach was replaced 18 months later due to a lack of fit, he said, with with players despite having the best record in the conference. then Griffin's relationship with Gail Benson is different than his with Dan Gilbert. This allows him to feel more ownership with New Orleans Pelicans, and he tries to transfer that feeling throughout the franchise. That ownership and accountability are at the core of the championship culture he's attempting to build. It's amazing that a guy like that talks about accountability and ownership while making several ridiculous excuses why you're failing. There's no excuse for failure if you're a guy that believes in championship culture, whether it's C19 or otherwise. You got to
Man, that's
overcome that.
COVID, man. That's invisible. You can't take credit for invisible stuff. You can't be accountable for a damn virus.
You got, but but you got to overcome whatever obstacles are thrown in front of you, man. You got to overcome them.
Even invisible ones.
That's right. Even invisible ones, you got to overcome them. Griffin has been able to operate differently in New Orleans. He also gets a different level of credit and blame for the product on the court. Griffin's first 2 seasons in charge have been a mixed bag. At best, ain't no mixed bag, man. It is pathetic. Due to injuries, Griffin took his fair share of blame for the underwhelming season just completed by the Pelicans, admitting we need to make the pieces fit a little bit better. I think you all could see this was a rather wonky group at times. We did not have enough shooting for him to play versatile lineups. We did not have enough attention to detail. However, he prefaced that acknowledgement with, "This is exciting for me. I think the injuries really slowed us," and started excuse letting. But we are not slowing down off the court. This is when we get to really put the pedal to the metal and build this team in a way that makes sustained success possible after 2 years now. Griffin had a 5-year plan when he was hired and and landed Zion Williamson in the NBA draft. He was stay the course charted before the pandemic with Stan Van Gundy. Griffin continued in defense in Van Gundy, saying, There were not enough 5-on-5 practices. I cannot explain what this really means. Just a bunch of excuse letting. Griffin knew he would need to help in making these decisions, so he stocked a diverse front court. Get this, with former champions, including Trains and Langdon, and Swim Cash. He also stocked assets in the way of future draft picks, helped other teams out, by the way, quite masterfully early this year by helping other people with players. That was pretty fun. The Pelicans can send multiple first-round picks to any team waiting to send New Orleans an all-star without depleting their supply of cheap rookie contracts to fill a roster in future seasons. The Pelicans will have 6 players on the rookie contracts if they keep their pick this summer. Though these contracts can help a team void a luxury tax bill, not many teams make a deep playoff run with that many young players. Griffin knows New Orleans cannot wait for someone who is in high school to help Williamson and Ingram. The timeline in New Orleans aligns with Zion Williamson's pending contract extension next summer. Boy, has that came real fast, boy. That is really coming. That is arriving really fast. Even if New Orleans fails to sign a trade for an all-star talent, they should look to spend some draft capital to upgrade the rotation. While draft capital alone might not be enough, New Orleans has several movable contracts to free up 2 maximum level contract slots. Now let's look at this paragraph talking about Eric Bledsoe. Yes. Eric Bledsoe. You was just saying, here we go. Eric Bledsoe, $18 million, has 1 year left on his deal, guaranteed, is only 30 years old, plays like he's 50, and still has plenty of decent playoff basketball left in the tank. Really? Just probably not New Orleans. An extension is unlikely, but flipping Bledsoe could net the Pelicans 2 decent role players that provide shooting and basketball intelligence. Griffin says the team lacked this past year a deal bringing in just 1 player, and draft picks will free up a few million in cap space. Steven Adams, all right, $17 million, is a proven vet that helped hold the season together at times, but his lack of versatility around Williamson limits his usefulness. His contract spans the next 2 seasons, giving New Orleans plenty of leverage. They could look to move him for value or keep him in a role that might match his cap hit, but would keep his steady presence in the locker room next to Jackson Hayes. Here we go to Lonzo and others. If Lonzo Ball signs an offer sheet beyond what New Orleans is willing to pay, the Pelicans will explore all options of a sign and trade deal. Bledsoe, Adams, and Ball would add up to over $60 million in ongoing salary that would need to be replaced. The signing of Najee Marshall, $1.5 million, could signal the departure of restricted free agent Josh Hart, approximately $10 to $15 million. Attach a few draft picks, prospects that will get the developmental time, need, or nor be able to contribute soon, and New Orleans could find a way to accommodate the $70 to $75 million on the books when including trade exceptions. Now, should Miami or Portland decide a rebuild, New Orleans would be primed to chase Dame Lillard, CJ McCullough, or Jimmy Butler. The Wizards could move on from Bradley Beal. The Pacers, Toronto Raptors, Bulls might be able to make a deal. Griffin has a variety of controlled assets and contract options to build out this team. Not every big move must be made immediately, despite Zion Williamson's frustration with losing. Griffin's front office has this offseason, the trade deadline, the next summer to sort out their sustained championship culture strategies. How will the team manage its surplus of draft picks in the coming years? How will New Orleans navigate the free agent market and negotiate with their restricted free agents? Most importantly, will it be enough? Enough to convince Williamson, Zion, not to take the same path as Anthony Davis or Chris Paul? Enough to convince Gail Benson to pay the luxury tax bill that comes with chasing the NBA Finals appearance? Will it even be enough to earn Griffin a few more years on the job? Through a contract extension, to start answering those questions requires a substantial rebuilding of the roster, and that is why David Griffin is planning some career-defining moves for your New Orleans Pelicans this offseason. So with that being said, this is an article, a very well-written article. The guy was he was hitting on some good narratives here. DC, let's talk about this article here. The show is aptly named after this article. Let's talk about this. What do you think about these career-defining moves that's listed in this Forbes article?
I mean, it's a lot to think about it, man. It's a lot to take in. But me personally, once I heard 5-year plan, I was like, holy shit. How we got a 5-year plan and we in year 3 and where we at, Q? Is this a part of the 5-year plan?
Well, when he came into it, when he was hired, he did mention a 5-year plan, a sustained success in having it.
He do realize that Zion is only signed for 4 years, right?
He might have not. He might have. He be just speaking sometimes, man. He's a smart dude, man. But sometimes when he puts his foot in his mouth a lot
Oh,
when you
dude.
talk about the and see. And the
Dude.
thing is, we catch a lot of it, and I don't know if he realized, but a lot of the media people are not going to call him out. They got a certain amount of respect and professionalism they carry out with these people because they know that if they piss them off, they're not going to talk to them. So they got to play games with them. I'm not going to play games with you, man. I'm gonna keep it real. We know what you supposed to come here is to stabilize the front office, then stabilize the team and have sustained success means that you start from the ground up and keep it real. Don't be coming up in here bullshitting the people because people such as myself and the flock will call you out on your BS. And you BS and making excuses. And now you going into year 3 and 2 years have passed, no playoffs, and you got 2 more summers before Zion Williamson stuff come true. And we got a certain mindset here in New Orleans with our stars, DC. AD, Chris Paul, these are guys right now that's where AD, exception last year, he helped the Lakers to win that championship. Chris Paul this year doing some stuff, and Chris Paul has been pretty steady besides the injuries over time. But those guys left the organization because they lost faith in the organization. So he was brought here with his bull to be able to fix all of that. Now I do like the hires of Swim Cash and other people, but if it don't equate to wins, then it's all for naught. But feel free, my friend, to take the floor and tell us your thoughts on this article.
Yeah, you absolutely right, man. But just looking back at these past 2 years, and some change, we'll say. Um, the mistakes and the blunders, and I'm hearing about this 5-year plan he had. I'm like, so is your plan to go get Eric Bledsoe and Steven Adams? Even though at the time I tried to make the most of those transactions, I mean, when you hear it, it's like, okay, what are we doing? I don't know how to feel about this. All right, let's see how it play out. Let's see. Maybe they got some method to the. Nope, that shit was what I thought it was. Damn. And then you look at, they get rid of Christian Wood. I was like, okay, we got rid of Christian Wood. Okay, well, I guess Jackson Hayes must be a lot better than I think he is, right? Nope. Even though he's improving, not a shot at Jackson Hayes, but it's like we could have had Christian Wood that first year. Like, why did we cut him? You know what I'm saying? What do you want? Another million or two? Then you look at our draft strategy. You know what I'm saying? And what we do. We got Kiera, Sadiq Bey sitting right there. Okay, well, when we was live, we was like, what? Well, during the draft show. It's like, okay, let's calm down. Maybe Kiera's better than we think he is. He's young. He's got time to get better. Maybe he's a lot farther ahead than we think he is. Sadiq Bey seems like the wise choice. Seems to be NBA ready. Need a 3-and-D guy. Let's see how it plays out. Nope, we was right. So it's like you see all of these situations and scenarios that continuously keep going on, man. And this article is definitely right about it being career-defining moves because he got a big one with Lonzo Ball and Josh Hart. Let's say we don't sign either of those guys, you know what I'm saying? And Lonzo Ball goes somewhere else and turns into being an all-star. How that make us look? You know what I'm saying? Let's say we sign Lonzo Ball for whatever reason and he just turns into being a dud. Like, how does that make us look? Let's say Bradley Beal does get traded and we not in on that, and he goes to a small market team and they wind up being champions. How does that make us look? You know what I'm saying? CJ McCullough could be up for trade, and same thing as Bradley Beal happens with him. It's a lot of different scenarios going on, man, right now, and it's a lot of pressure on David Griffin, and I say deservingly so because there was so many ways we could have built this team a little different to be competing and winning right now. Will we have been champions this season? Probably not. But I guarantee you there's a few moves we could have made, man, that could have definitely had us in prime playoff position this year. And one of them, as we all were, also, which I didn't mention yet, was the scratching our head of hiring Van Gundy. We tried to make the most of it at the time because Van Gundy is a very accomplished coach. But nobody who's listening to this show or who's on the other side of this show participating and creating it thought Van Gundy was just the perfect match or the right coach for the job. So it's been at least 4 or 5 swings and misses that we've all seen Griffin make, man. So, I mean, they say that the sun shines on the dog's ass at least twice, right? So hopefully we could get some of these career defining moves this year. Because I mean, I feel like personally we made so many mistakes and errors that were easily preventable. But luckily this year, man, there's a lot of people that could be moving, bro. The Lakers could be busting their whole thing up. We ain't no telling what they doing. Not saying we're gonna get some players from over there, but we do hold position with their draft picks. Our Lakers picks might look a little more enticing now, with it looking like it's over for LeBron. So let's say we want to pull a trade and get rid of one of those. You got a lot of people in free agency, especially there's more point guards than we probably expected. Maybe that makes it easier to retain Alonzo Ball, or do a sign and trade and get something else from Alonzo Ball and get one of these point guards out of free agency. I think none is from Miami is going to be a free agent now. I don't think they're going to keep him. So it's a lot of opportunity out there, man. I just hope we don't mess it up, bro. Because I mean, we were in a great position last year with the ability to be able to trade Drew Holiday and turn that into something. And I think we just kind of let that fall by the wayside, man. I'm not impressed with that trade, even though it's not over. Those picks could really turn into something great going on later. But as what we got right now, and then looking at Drew Holiday playing the damn Nets today, and I mean, if he beat the Nets, he one game away from the finals, man. And I feel bad. I don't want to root against Drew, but man, I need Milwaukee to start sucking at some point, catching on the picks. So it's so many things, man. And David Griffin has put himself in this position, bro, by just not making the right moves time after time. And hopefully he can turn that around, man. I wish we could maybe have Trajan Langdon take a little more accountability and make more moves. He is the general manager. Maybe that would help. But a lot of moves, as we talked about last show, and people were saying, well, how do you know that David Griffin follow his track record? And look at when he was in charge, man. It's a guy that swings big, especially with trades. You look at Trajan Langdon, he built his team up through smart reserve free agent signings and building through the draft. So we will see what David Griffin will do. Career defining moves, no doubt, man, because if it's another dud this year, I say we cut him loose. Just especially if we can't re-sign Zion for whatever reason, David Griffin should be out of here.
Yeah, and the issue is right here that he did a beautiful job of setting up a fall man for him in the name of Trajan Langdon. So if anything, before he goes, the general manager will take the blame and will get fired. And so he at least bought himself an extra year by doing that, while using Langdon as a dummy to make the moves that he needs to do, but also using him as a wall to prevail whatever fire that's coming his way. So you got basically a stunt double to operate, and he takes all the bumps and bruises and the jokes and the mom jokes and memes that I make, and the invisible man and all this kind of old stuff. No press conference trading. All this stuff goes on because it's a literal joke. The man tried to leave. We covered it. Nobody wanted to talk about it. I tell you, it's a dysfunctional model. He set that up to use that man as a fall man, because that's not Langdon's coach in SVG. And I'm telling y'all, that's why a lot of this is failing, because he could at least gave Trajan his assistant coach is Will Weaver. We knew he likes Will Weaver. He talks him up big time. He wanted him here for whatever reason, which the only reason could be is Langdon. Was overruled by David Griffin. He's too vocal. He's always talking. He's always running his flipping mouth. He needs to shut the hell up and get out the way. We don't need another bootleg Jerry Jones running around here trying to jump in front of everybody, every goddamn camera. He wants to jump in front of it, talking about I'm protecting you. You don't need to protect a grown ass man. This man been out here his whole damn life. Let him run the team the way he wants to. And I think that dysfunction needs to be cured before we move forward on anything, because we have a slurred vision. The sustained model or whatever he's talking about is not working because it's not shared throughout the organization. They know what's going on inside those walls, and I can look. I don't have to be inside those walls to see what's going on. I can look at them and see what's going on. But anyway, absolutely. Let's move on to this next article right here, fam. And I think one of the family members asked if we was going to open up the phone lines. Yes, sir, we are. We're going to cover this article, and then we'll move right into it. What's up to the fam? What's up, Damien? Who that to you? And big ups to the entire flock, man. Let me give individual accolades to each one of the flock members that's in the building, man. Much love to you guys. Jim Kev, Slade Smith, Jerry Poor Jr. is in the building as well. Big ups to the entire flipping flock. Trey Joseph is in the building. John Thompson as well. Big ups to your fam. Josh in his bag. all the fam. Debo the gods in the building as well. Much love to you, Debo. I see you, fam. All right, big ups to
Lock
Zane.
that up and huh?
What's up, Zane? Yeah, Zane in the building. Brendan, what's up, Brendan? Who that? And yes, we will be opening the phone lines. What's up, brother Jasper? Jasper's in the building. All hail.
Before.
That's right. All hail the new king, Kevin Johnson. All the family members, man. Appreciate y'all popping in on this thing, man. Much was. What's up, Banger Man J? Nine in the building. Kenneth Barnes. What's up, fams? What's up, Kai? Kai the great as well. So big ups to all the family members. Appreciate y'all, man, for being in this thing. All right, now let's get into this article. DC is entitled right here. This is one from
What is it?
Pelicans Brief. New Orleans Pelicans. August the 2nd is the key date for the Pelicans offseason. It's
Indeed.
It's from Kellen Strauss, and he's saying New Orleans Pelicans entering a crucial offseason for the franchise after missing the playoffs in Zion Williamson's first 2 seasons. The front office has to feel some amount of pressure to start building the winner. Van Gundy will be given some benefit of the doubt after this weird season, but with a full offseason, summer league, and training camp, there will be no excuses for him next season, and he won't be afforded the luxury of patience. David Griffin can act cool, but he too is on the hot seat as the Pelicans fans want to see some of these moves he's made turn into results on the court.
That's right.
There are key off-season dates that are important for the Pelicans, but none more so than August the 2nd, which is when the next year's roster will start to take place. New Orleans, this is the Pelicans' NBA key off-season dates. The NBA lottery is coming up June the 22nd, and the Pelicans are hoping to at least buck the odds and get a top 4 pick to add another impact player to the roster. The NBA draft will be July the 29th, but unless the Pelicans get really lucky, they're unlikely to get a pick that makes a huge difference for next season. The really important date is August the 2nd, which is when teams can start negotiating with free agents. With Lonzo Ball and Josh Hart in restricted free agency, the Pelicans are going to be a big part of the Pelicans are going to be a big part of the action when teams sign players on August the 6th. August the 2nd is when the Pels will start to get the idea of what other teams might offer for Ball and Hart, whether they want to match it. Some teams like the Knicks can make a play for Ball, which they probably will, and the Pelicans can end up being outbid if it comes to that. Once decisions are made on Ball and Hart, the roster can start to take shape as the Pelicans will have a better idea of what they need and what they should do with guys like Eric Bledsoe. The Pelicans are going to be active this all season in free agency and likely trades, but it all starts on August the 2nd when they sit down with their own guys, DC. Very well written right there, sharp and to the point. And this is very true. You won't comment on Mr. Keller Strauss's article here.
Yeah, man, and I mean, he focused a lot of this around Lonzo Ball because that's the major domino to fall. I mean, obviously, we got the Steven Adams and the Bledsoe thing you want to figure out, but none of that's probably going to happen on August 2nd or even on draft night. If it did, I would be shocked and probably happy, especially if it's Bledsoe. But we got to make a decision on Lonzo Ball, man. And what they willing to pay him, they said $18 million they're willing to pay. And depending on what the Knicks or maybe another team like Chicago try to throw at him will determine if we're going to keep him or not. Then not only Lonzo Ball, you got to look at Josh Hart, man. I think they signed Najee Marshall to his extension, which isn't very much money. What was it, Big Q? I think like $5 million for like 3 years or something.
Something like that.
Yeah, that's not a lot of money, but he's definitely a guy that, and you see him finally activate Didi Lazada at the end of last season when they could have waited for this season to do that. Why did they do it at the end of last season when he had maybe 3 games he could have played in? Maybe they wanted to take a look at him. So, I mean, we see a lot of signs where it look like they might possibly walk away from Josh Hart or at least be protecting themselves to let him walk if the price is too high. Because, I mean, if Josh Hart is getting offers for like $5, $6, and $7 million, I mean, why wouldn't you match that? You know, even if that's per year, like that's, to me, he's a quality guy. He's like Najee Marshall, but better. You know what I'm saying? So they kind of putting themselves in position to be able to walk away from him. And then you look at Lonzo Ball, you got Kyra that they drafted, you got NAW who's a combo guard. We stayed guard heavy for so long. We still got Eric Bledsoe here. So they kind of put themselves in a position to really be able to walk away from Lonzo Ball if they have to as well. Will it look good or will we be extremely successful if we walk away from those two guys and don't really replace them with anything? No. But if they do walk away from both of those guys, I think they have no choice but to add another superior player to make up for what they're losing because it'll be a lot. So this will be a very interesting very interesting free agency period, and August 2nd is the date that we all going to be waiting for, and everything that we talk pertaining to that is just only going to be speculation or what we hearing that's been leaking from the inside. And from what I'm hearing, it's like, a little bit of everything. I keep hearing that they're not really interested in bringing Lonzo Ball back, but it sounds like more of a David Griffin thing than everybody. And the whole thing with Josh Hart, you can see kind of the moves that they made that I just talked about that kind of signals that they might not bring him back either. So I wouldn't want the Pelicans to get rid of both of them. In my honest opinion, I think it's going to be either one or the other. We're either going to keep one and let the other go. I don't think we keep both of them. If we did, I would be happy. If we let one go and kept the other, I really got to see who we replace him with to know how to feel about that.
Yeah, that'll be interesting, man, to say the least, man, as we get ready to kind of jump to the next and final article right here. The question asked by all Hail the New King. Thank you for the question, fam. Says, which player would you trade for? DC,
Well, I already tipped my hand, but I'll go ahead and say it.
Malcolm Brogdon,
logical guy, and I think the team that would be most willing to trade, because I just see the Indiana of trying to rework some things and figure some stuff out. I think we could probably go over there and get a guy like Malcolm Brogdon, and what that would do to me, honestly, it's a versatile guy that if we decided we wanted to keep Lonzo Ball, we could do that. If we decided we wanted to get rid of Lonzo Ball, he still works. So it's a guy that kind of works either way. And if you can get him for $18 million, and let's say you got Lonzo for around the same price, basically, so you're paying him and Eric Bledsoe, you get off of the $18 million you already paying Bledsoe. So I mean, that kind of puts you in a good position. You probably give up a draft pick, but you're getting rid of Eric Bledsoe and replacing him with Malcolm Brogdon. You're talking about 38, 39% three-point shooter. A guy plays good defense, gets you about 7 assists. He's going to also shoot at a high clip, can hit his free throws. You saw how he torched us in the end of the game, so obviously he got some clutch in him. Just a real good player to me, and he's not super young, so you don't have to worry about him making a bunch of mistakes. And I feel like that's what we're missing. We're missing a guy with, not a superstar, but I mean at least a star quality guy, a guy that everybody on the team got to respect because he damn good, that can kind of come in there and tell guys, how to win or just how to be, professional NBA players, because we still are young. So we need a little experience, and I don't want an experienced guy that ain't that good no more. I want a guy that's experienced, but he's still pretty damn good. Malcolm Brogdon fits that mold. But there's a bunch of other players I like as well, and I ain't going to keep going on and on about that. But Brogdon is the most, probably the easiest pick where we don't give up a bunch, and he just fit whatever direction we want to go into. Very versatile.
Yeah, I like the Malcolm Brogdon move as well, to be honest with you, because he is a guy that is aggressive. He gets to the basket. He converts. He can play multiple spots for you. He can hit the 3-pointer. He's a big guard. He plays good defense as well. Really smart player and only up and coming. He got paid this past off season. I think it was.
I think it was
2 seasons ago. Yeah, it was 2 seasons ago. He got paid
4 or 5 year contract. So.
Got a good contract.
We traded for him. We still got like 2 years of him at about 18, 19 million.
I think
he's like a 16-7 guy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
that ain't bad.
Nah, not bad at all, man. It would definitely be a severe upgrade over cheap bleeding. So no doubt about it. So, Damon says Big QDC do playoffs have the money to sign a big name.
Bledsoe.
Say that again, DC.
I said he'll look like a superstar compared to Bledsoe. Especially Zion, what? It'd be awesome, Q.
I know. I agree with you on the blitz on the Malcolm Brogdon move. I actually like that move. I think that would be. I
don't know if people realize how good Milwaukee was before when they had him. When they lost him, they still were doing it in the regular season, but in the playoffs with him, when Milwaukee had, they were scaring the shit out of people, Q.
I know.
Then they lost him, and they had them 60-win seasons and all that, but as soon as they get in the playoffs, they just fall through the floor. Everybody just clogged the paint, and they shut Zion down. Now they got Drew, so it's a little bit better. So think of him in that aspect. To me, he's a guy, not the same player as Drew, but a similar caliber.
Yeah, well, I like him, man. I think he would be a good fit for a young team. He'll fit right in that age, right. Like I said, up and coming. He plays with a chip on his shoulder, and I like the player, man. So I think he would be a definite need. We need somebody to distribute that ball at certain times, take command of the offense and defense out there as well. So I mean, good two-way player. All right, let's move on to the next one here. It's
Yes,
Damian
my brother
saying,
had a question.
"What's that?"
Say somebody had a question, right?
Yeah, Damon asks says, do the Pelicans have the money to sign a big name player? Currently, right now, the Pelicans really don't have the money to sign. They're gonna have to make some moves to free up
Well, if we
money if
don't
that was
sign
the case.
anybody, Big Q, if we let Josh Hart walk and Lonzo Ball, I mean, we got like $30 million,
Yeah, but still in all, DC. I don't know. I mean, we gotta.
and we got
It's
the MLE too.
Yeah, I know we got the mid level, but I just right now, I mean, yeah, but what if is that the scenario? I really don't know. I think I mean, I like Lonzo. I think Lonzo should stay. I really do. I think Lonzo should stay. I hear people kind of wavering on Josh Hart. I want Josh Hart to stay. I'm just gonna keep it real with you. I want Josh Hart. I think Josh Hart fits in the culture. I love his mentality. And even though Najee Marshall might play the three, I still say if you can sign him and make it work with Josh Hart, and if injuries occur, Josh Hart steps right on in. He plays for you and keeps that high level of play. Remember, they have him playing three, but he also can play two for you. You're like, what about NAW? That's the case. Get rid of sorry Eric Bledsoe. Move Alonzo to one. Move NAW into the starting lineup and have KLJ operating with Josh Hart and Najee Marshall off the bench. That's my thing. But we'll see how it all shakes. I think this is all gonna go a different way when David Griffin, DC. That's just my feeling on it, man.
What do you mean?
I think it's going to go a different way with Griffin. He's going to be a lot desperate this year. He is on the hot seat. He
So
is. Instead,
that going a different way. That means they're not
we
going
going
to sign Lonzo. They let Josh walk.
that's exactly what I'm saying. I'm thinking they might.
A big superstar or something.
I'm thinking that's going to be the case. I think he'll try to sign or trade for somebody that's an established
That's
point guard or star, something like that. That's what I'm saying.
Don't be surprised if you get Russell Westbrook down here or something like that.
That's what I'm saying. Think of it about it like this. Order for him, if you drafting a young guy, you got to wait a couple years for the young guy to figure it out.
Right.
He got to wait. He right now he's on the hot seat. The little time that he had, he done flittered it away. When he came on the team, he would have done himself a supreme amount of justice if he would have just fired Alpha Gentry. Do not take over somebody else's trash.
Well,
He should have done that.
That's the one thing. One reason I looked into Q that I didn't know. What's there's a guy who used to play for Denver. Was it David Thompson? I think that was his name. Is Michael Jordan's favorite player, right? You remember him, BQ? You're a little older than me.
Yeah, I remember Thompson.
Well, he happens to have roots in North Carolina. You got Duke and all that over there. I don't know how tied in Zion was with maybe Alvin Gentry, because Alvin Gentry happens to be David Thompson's first cousin. So I forgot what college he went to, but I know it was in North Carolina. And he's pretty much a legend out there. So you got that whole Carolina thing going on. And once I saw that and found that out, I'm wondering if maybe the whole keeping of Alvin Gentry thing was something they did to appease Zion. Maybe Zion was comfortable with Alvin Gentry. Oh, I mean, Alvin Gentry is his first cousin, so Carolina, maybe Alvin Gentry talked to Zion before a long time ago. And, it was just somebody that he was comfortable with. I'm wondering now, figuring that out, if that was a reason why we kept Alvin Gentry. Because anything else, it don't really make no sense, Big Q.
Well, I mean, Gail Benson is stepping in and answer that. Gail
Brandon,
Benson
Ingram too. Brandon Ingram too is that's the area.
They were very fond of Elvin Gentry. Zion's family was fond of Elvin Gentry. Gail Benson was very fond of Elvin Gentry. Remember, they gave him a contract after he failed in back-to-back season. They gave him a 2-year extension on the back of 2 losing-ass seasons. That's how fond and ridiculous and dysfunctional this is. So I mean, it's okay to like somebody, but it's another thing for the man to do his job properly. Elvin Gentry is a very fun dude to watch, but he's not the guy you want coaching your basketball team. He's totally offensive and no defensive. I mean, so you'll score 150 points a game, but you'll give up 155 points a game. And we done that. We was letting teams that score 90 or 95 points a game put up 115 a game on us, So it was ridiculous. Let's get into this one here. We're gonna get through this article. I won't get onto the chat here. Kevin says Q and DC want your opinion on Rich Paul's comments on the Pelicans not willing to do what it takes to win. That is the sentiment too with a lot of people. That was prior to the Gentry. I mean, not Gentry. Griffin given here when they had Dale Demps here, where nobody wanted to come here. Remember, he had to overpay for people, overpaid for Posey, overpaid for all of these different. I mean, it's a laundry list of people. Amir Osik, all these people he had to overpay for because people didn't trust him and didn't want to come to the organization. So, I mean, comments on the Pelicans not doing what it takes to win. You got to, and that a lot of that is true because that's the sentiment in circles where Rich Paul and guys like him tend to be. And let's talk on that.
I can't agree with Rich Paul, but I mean, you got to put things in perspective. I think we did a horrible job with hiring Dale Demps because there was no reason at all that Monty Williams should have ever walked up out of here. I mean, you see what he's doing, and Monty Williams got him to the playoffs. Anthony Davis, successful year. We had all of those bad contracts on the team, which you had guys like Eric Gordon who didn't want to be here, so much so to where even when he wasn't hurt, he was saying he was hurt, I think. He just ain't want to be here. You know what I'm saying? Because, I mean, I remember the guy got a deal from Phoenix, and he openly said he didn't want to be here. And what we do? We matched the deal. Why? He don't want to be here. Let him go. You know what I'm saying? So we got a dummy like Dale Demps doing stuff like that. And Tom Benson is on his deathbed at this point. So a guy that probably would have, was Tom Benson sick or dead?
No, he wasn't. He wasn't. No, he wasn't on his deathbed. I wouldn't say. I know he was sick at that time, but it wasn't.
That's what I mean. I mean, he died. Yeah. Man was sick and then he died.
No, he didn't. He was sick for a long time. He didn't die right away. But I'm saying,
you don't think that impacted things? You don't think a guy like Tom Benson would have wanted to see somebody like Monty Williams still here?
Well, Tom Benson.
Dale Demps didn't like Monty Williams.
No, that's what it was because Monty didn't like Dale Demps. Remember, Monty Williams wasn't hired by Dale Demps. He was here before Demps got here.
Right.
He the general manager. So they had an angst between them that was already known across the area. They didn't work well together. Monty wanted certain players, and Demps would give him players that he didn't want. He would want to run or move, and he would send them slow for players to get them. I mean, it was just ridiculous. But Monty Williams was able to make it work to a degree. But when the last season, Dale Demps wanted to fire him, Tom Benson did give him his blessing and said, if you get this team to the playoffs, you save your job. Well, Tom Benson wasn't the one that fired him. It was Dale Demps who then fired him and then hired Elvin Gentry after going through all of these players, all these coaches that were exponentially better than what his hand picked. That just shows you he was a fool. I mean, you had Thibodeau coming down here. You had other coaches. I mean, really good coaches right now, that's making stuff happen. And he passed on all those guys to get Elvin Gentry. And one season worth of winning with this man in the 5 years that he was with here. And then that 1 year was because Rondo was out there instructing the team. Rondo passing up his substitutions. Rondo, he trying to pull people out the game. Rondo waving off his substitutions. I seen all that. You seen all of that too.
Right.
But go ahead, finish your point on that, DC. We're going to jump to the next
one. That's my point, man, because I know you are the great sports historian, not just sports, but I know how that mind works, bro. I've been talking with you for a long time. I knew you was going to break it down. That's my whole point, man. Basically, Tom Benson, he had some things going on. He obviously said that if Monty got him to the playoffs, he still got his job. Monty get him to the playoffs, what we do? We get rid of him. Yep. AD had been turning into a monster. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to lie. Elvin Gentry's offensive schemes took AD to another level offensively. But AD would have been winning with Dale Demps, man. I mean, they had guys constantly hurt. You know what I'm saying? They had guys, like you said, players that didn't fit his scheme. And the guy was still turning that into something. I remember one time for months, man, it was like 4 of the Pelican starters were hurt. Like the whole starting lineup was hurt. And we still was finding a way to win games, Q. We were still competitive and going out there making it happen. You know what I'm saying? And I saw that dude was a good coach then. And I remember his wife died and all of that stuff.
Yep.
And in the midst of all of that, the man said he still wanted to be here, and we got rid of him.
You can bring it. That's on Demps. Simp Demps. That's he got the right name. Dale the Simp Demps. That's what I've been called. He's a simp.
And I'm saying all that to say, in response to Rich Paul's comments, you got a young guy. As much crap as we give AD, we talk about he's soft and this or that, but you got a young guy. Everything I mentioned, that was right there watching all of that. All that mismanagement, and he resigning, renegotiating his contract, double down and said he gonna stay here and all that. And what we do? We trade for Amir Ashik. You know what I'm saying? Like, I look at it from AD perspective, and I get it. I don't like how he went about leaving, but what Rich Paul said is true, and I can understand the man wanting to leave. I just thought he should have went ahead and played out the season. You know what I'm saying? And Gabe, put your best foot forward, man. See what you could do. Go be a warrior. And if you in the offseason you want to leave and request a trade and all that, that's fine. But during the middle of the season, like I didn't agree with that. I thought it was a whole thing where he let them get in his head, and LeBron then was making that push to try to go for a ring because he didn't feel like he could do it with the baby Lakers at the time. And I thought all that was crap. But Rich Paul was right, man. I mean, we weren't concerned with winning at the time because everything was run amok. You had Dale Demps over there making these foolish decisions, and Miss Benson obviously is dealing with the passing of Mr. Benson, trying to find her footing and figure out how to do things. So basically, you got Dale Demps is responsible for everything. He's the guy that's making all the calls, and he goes sit in the office and he's sitting behind the desk and he says, "Come in," and he get on the other side and he asks himself, "Hey, do you think these are good moves? You want to go this?" Yes. You know what I'm saying?
You joking, but let me tell you something.
That's what was going on.
Right. And people like, listen, when Dale Demps was failing, the Pelicans tried to save Dale Demps' job by hiring a higher up. They created the VP position. There was no VP position. There was no the highest the Pelicans went was a general manager.
Right.
And you had Mickey Mouse Loomis, who was sitting over the top of him managing, didn't know a damn thing about basketball. So whatever was happening on the New Orleans basketball side of things was told.
Keep Monty Williams.
But that's where he was at. And Demps was the highest thing in the Pelicans organization. It was no VP. All that was created in an attempt to lure Joe Dumars here.
Right.
But Joe Dumars turned the Pelicans down. Well, actually, he turned them down because
he wanted the full position, right?
They were offering him the position, but they did not want to pay Dumars the money that he was requesting that was due to his accomplishments. He's a champion player and a champion administrator. So he wanted a certain amount of money. Benson didn't want to pay him. So what he did with the VP position was he simply gave it to Dale Demps. So Demps became a general manager and the VP at the same time. See, I know all this shit, man. I've been following this shit for years. Yeah, go ahead, bro.
Robert said Loomis gave Breeze some of the Pelicans money.
But anyway, let's keep it moving. All hell the key said Monty went to play over the I know, bro. I mean, it's a shame, but it is what it is in that front. We just had some fools up here at the administrative level, you know. Banger Man Jay says, what do y'all think about trading Adams to the Lakers? Quickly on this one, DC. I won't get through a couple of these so we can get to the chat.
My thing is this: if we trade Adams to the Lakers, what are we getting back? And what's the purpose for us doing this? Are we just trying to get off of his contract? They obviously don't have no picks because we got them. So what are they giving us in return for Steven Adams? I guess what's the guy name that's mad that he went over there now? The Gasol brother. We get him. We trade Steven Adams for Gasol, and we don't re-sign Billy. Like I don't see why the Lakers would want him. I mean, after they got Andre Drummond.
They got Drummond there, yeah.
I think Steven Adams, in my opinion, overall, just basketball IQ, everything, I think he's better than Drummond for a team. But Drummond is obviously, younger, and he's a little bit. Wait, is he young? Because I keep thinking Steven Adams ain't even that old. We just think he old.
He
He
just
like
look old.
26. He like
He just look
26.
old. Yeah,
So
he ain't that old.
I mean, they got Andre Drummond, and unless they're getting rid of him, I don't see them wanting Steven Adams, and I don't see anything they could realistically send us back because I know they got to be cash strapped. We don't want Kyle Kuzma. You know what I'm saying? So like, what we trading? I don't see how they work.
All right, let's keep it going here. Okay, what's up, Big Sean? Big ups to Big Sean. My dog Teal in the building. What's up, Teal? Who that to you, brother?
Yeah.
Unique view in the building. What's up, fam? Good to see you as well.
Unique.
Iceman's in the building as well. Iceman said, "Man, how
And
long we gonna be saying Gail don't know?" He been on that Gail. I mean, Iceman been on that Gail train for a while now, man. He
but I
said, "Are
mean,
we gonna be saying this 10 years from now? Like for real?"
nah, Iceman, but Mr. Benson
Iceman putting that ice on her.
2.5 years, I think. Mr. Benson been dead. How long been? Maybe 3 years now, if that.
Yeah,
So, I
yeah,
mean, you
about
gotta
4 years.
give her a little bit of leeway for that, man. I mean, she was kind of thrust into that position. I'm sure she was groomed for it, but that transition, everybody knew that was going to be a little rough. But luckily, the Saints fared out well with it because everything was set up for them. But the Pelicans was a team that we were kind of retransforming with the transforming of the uniforms and redoing all of that. And I don't think Mr. Benson was able to get all of that formation together to be self-sustainable before he got up out of here. So I guess I give her a little bit of leeway, just understanding that and seeing what he was doing, man. 'Cause, I mean, it took us a while to get the Saints to where they are, man. I know a lot of people, especially younger people, look at the Saints and they just see them winning, man. But we remember the bag on your head, Saints. You know what I'm saying? It took a while to get that organization set up to where it's basically running itself the way it is now. And the Pelicans, you got to lay the start with it, bro. You got success with the Saints, so you got a blueprint on how to do it, even though it's basketball. So I give her a little leeway. She got about another year where I could say that. But after next season, boy, we talking about losing Zion. Miss Benson, you need to do this. Miss Benson,
That's why I said.
you gonna put the demands on her after that, man.
That's why I'm saying about the whole thing with him going after proven star power in this free agency period, whether through trades or signing or whatever. He's not going to entrust the team's fortune to a young, unproven player, no matter how high he's drafted. It's just I'm just keeping it real. He knows that people are steady looking at him. He in the third year 3, 2 years without playoffs, a bungled move with the Gentry move, a bungled move with the SVG move. And now he facing his third year. And see, it's a cost for being visual. Now with all the excuses, now we are targeting you. Not so much Trajan Langdon. I'm not going to let you pull that Trajan. We fired Trajan. We hope Trajan has the best years or whatever, his best future or whatever. Now we ain't going to let you pull that because you're the one making these moves. We know it's you. You're using that man as a fall man, and you don't think I see that shit. He don't have no press conferences at the end of the year. He don't say nothing to nobody. People ask him questions and then jump over his head to your ass. And you
Right.
say, hold on, I'm a little, even have the common sense to understand he too visual. And to back off and let the man handle build a team in his way. And if he fails, then you fire him and find another general manager. But he wants the credit to be a guy to do that when the truth is Griffin didn't do shit for Cleveland up there. That was LeBron doing that, telling him to get this man. Remember, he had that coach out there. That guy left. I forgot the coach that they had before when LeBron came, and LeBron didn't like the man, but the man was a good coach.
That guy, he was a champion in all those.
In Europe, he was a champion.
Time champion.
Yes. And this man was a guy that knew what he was doing about basketball, but he did not bend over for LeBron. He did not backtrack for LeBron. He did not play that bull crap with LeBron. LeBron said, I want this guy up out of here. And then Griffin appreciated to him. And Griffin, whatever LeBron wanted, he went and got him. Is that a general manager? That's a goddamn gopher, in my opinion. Hey, I want you to run over here to Subway. Give me a chicken teriyaki right here. What you want? Oh, I want a marinara meatball sub. Okay, what you want? All right, give me a tuna fish salad or whatever. And then, hey, Griffin, here you go. Here go the list. Go get this.
More chicken teriyaki.
Yeah. Yeah, give me. Hey, you got the chicken teriyaki on that, David Griffin? Yeah, I got the chicken teriyaki on there. What you want to drink? Yeah, that's what you did. You was a gopher, a high paid gopher in Cleveland because LeBron told you what we wanted, and that's what you did. Now here you come here flexing yourself, shaving your head, with
David
suits
Black.
talking big shit. Nah, partner, no. You can't fool. You can fool some of these people, but you can't fool me. All your slick talking and excuse letting is not helping, and it won't save you because when you fire Langdon and it's coming, if they don't win, they're gonna point at Tranger Langdon and say that he's the fault, and I'm not gonna let them do it to that man. That's wrong, and you ain't gonna do it to that goddamn man, you son of a bitch. But anyway, let's keep it going here. We're gonna go over here to Young Bloods 46.
Got his name. It's David Black, bro.
Blatt, there you go, David Blatt, man. That man was a champion internationally. He knew about basketball. They treated that man like he ain't know how to run his culture to car wash. He was like he was a total buffoon. But see, that's what I'm saying about these people. You got to be able to put them on Front Street. If the man is performing, he's doing his thing, that's one thing. But don't come around here with all these excuses, man. I don't play it because success, if you're a person that's about success, you're not going to be making no goddamn excuses for why you losing and why you failing. You're not going to do that. I failed, and that's all it is to it. I'm going to be smarter, stronger, and better. There is no excuses. No excuses in the mind of a champion. It's only in those and losers are guys that like to pretend like they're winners. There is no excuses. There is no excuse letting, and I won't let you do it. You got the money, you got the resources, you got the draft capital, you got everything you do. You need to make it happen, and I won't let you use Tranger Langdon as a fall man because that's what you're trying to do. Don't think I don't see that shit. But anyway, Young Blood said, "What up, Q and DC? I'm with you. I want Josh Hart on the team. The Pels need him. They can play multiple positions. DC, I'm gonna go down these lists right here. We got brother Jerry about to pop in.
Young Blood too, man. I agree, bro. You know, it ain't just Q on that one. I want Josh Hart on this team. I just feel that the Pelicans can possibly replace him, or at least they potentially think so, which is why you saw him sign a guy like Najee Marshall and you got Didi Louzada. You know what I'm saying? So I think from the beginning they were already looking at being able to replace Josh Hart if they couldn't fit his number into what they're trying to do financially. And Miss Benson says she's willing to go into the luxury tax, but not willing to do it for what our record was, 31 and 40.
Whatever it was a failure. That's all I know. Even if it was 3 or 4 games under whatever it took, it was a failure. We had too much going on to not make it in there. We had it. And they're going to say, well, we had this to see. Now, and you know what? Let's just flash back for a quick second. We got people chiming in. Y'all won't pop in on the show. This is for all the family members. They had a couple of family members ask Q, you open up the chat. The line is open. There's a link at the top of the chat. Hit that link. You can get on here we'll be on here for about a little less than an hour, and we'll take as many calls as we can take. You know, so with that being said, we're going to run with it and we're going to do it. So we got brother Jerry and Kenneth popping up in here. Much love to Teal, Tramal, Kevin, and the rest of the family members. We appreciate y'all in the building. Adrian, who that to you, baby? Good to see Adrian in there. Adrian! Rocky! Adrian! That dude eye hanging out. And he, the guy got the mic in his face. What possessed him to do that shit in that movie anyway? I don't know. I never know that one. Anyway.
All the directors, Q, the more foolish it is, the better.
Yeah, ask the director. You know who the director was, DC?
Who was the director?
Him. I think it'd be a good idea if all my face busted up and I'm around here.
Directed Rocky?
Sylvester Stallone was the key man involved in that. He was the key man involved in all that. And he said, you know what? It'll be a good idea for me to be all busted up in the face, but I'm yelling out the All right. Much love to y'all. Appreciate y'all, man. Let's get to it. We got brother Jerry in the building, man, as well. Brother Jerry, welcome to the live stream, brother. How you doing tonight?
Brother Jerry, I did it!
I did it! I made it on
the show. What's up, Big Q? What's up, DC?
What's up, brother Jay? How you doing? Doing good, brother. How you feeling?
I'm doing good. What's going on, Flock family? What's good, y'all?
Doing good, my brother. We breaking down some topics, brother Jay. How you feel about the articles we covered with David Griffin head into the offseason? Big plans, big moves with the team. What are your perspective on that, my brother?
Well, I don't know too much about the Pelicans or Big Q in DC, but I will tell you this: I just want the Pelicans to have a winning season, not these last losing seasons they've been having. With all this stuff going on, and you know all this talk, and I know DC be rubbing in on Eric Bledsoe so much he want his ass out of here.
Wait, no,
And I
no, Jerry.
and guess what?
Eric
I
Bledsoe.
want
He
Eric Bledsoe's ass
graduated.
out of there too. Much as you talk about him, hey, you want him to leave.
Yeah, you ain't lying, bro. I want him out of here, bro.
But
I
now on
tried
the
to.
real though, fellas, of course I know. I know you want him out of here. That's why I agree with you. But nah, seriously, I hope they get somebody out of free agency that'll help the Pelicans get to the next level. You know what I'm saying? I hope David Griffin do something and have a good mentality, and get some of these players that we will get familiar with. That'll will go along with Zion and these other Pelican players, Brandon Ingram and Lonzo Ball, because I think they say they want him to stay. They wanted them to stay. So hey, don't get me wrong. The Pelicans are a good young team. They just need better coaching. That's all. That's pretty much all I'm looking at. So if they get somebody in the NBA draft, I mean, no matter who it is coming out of college, it don't matter to me. I just want to see the Pelicans succeed better in the future. That's all I wanted.
Very well said, brother Jay. I'm with you on that sentiment, man. I think the Pelicans, man. Oh man, we just got to get it straight, man. We got to get it straight. It's not that hard, man. We just got to make sure we get the right leadership on the team. Like I said, I think really a part of it, DC. We always cover this, but you mentioned Malcolm Brogdon, but we need a guy that has control over the game, which the stars respect, and he at certain intervals give to this guy, distributes to this guy at a certain point, and then at certain
So
times take over.
You want Kyle Lowry?
Who?
Kyle Lowry?
Who?
Kyle Lowry.
No. You can keep that guy. He needed
I
to
know
do
that's
two
one of your
quests. Remember
favorite
that one?
players, brother.
No,
Nah.
it's not. No,
Now,
Cam
now I
Reddish.
will
Cut
weigh
it out.
in on this. I will weigh in on this, Big Q and DC. I will. Hey, I will tell you this because there has been some speculation and some talks that they've been talking about the last 24 to 48 hours. They're talking about Damian Lillard
And
might
they
end up
got
in the Pelicans uniform. So, you never know. So you never
yeah.
know what's gonna happen.
They've been talking that, man, but we got to really
And we
put
just saw
things.
the Portland Trailblazers coach get fired.
Yeah, but Dame went out and
So
said
hey,
Jason Kidd.
anything can happen during the off season, guys.
You're right. They said they wanted Jason Kidd as the coach
Yep.
because of Dame Dollar. So once they said that, I feel like we possibly gonna give it one more year.
Yeah.
They can give it one more year, but Dame said he wanted to play his whole career with Portland.
Yeah.
Man, I think it's gonna take a little bit more than what happened this season to just change all that. But I mean, I
Yeah.
can understand the sentiments. The man dropped damn near 60 points, and they went to double overtime and still lost. And he basically had a perfect game. Like it's like, damn, well, what more I got to
Mm-hmm.
do? Dame seems to
Yeah.
be a loyal guy, man, and I don't know if he just gonna tuck his
Yeah.
tail and go ahead and move on after that. But if he did decide to do so, New Orleans would be an excellent destination for you, brother. We'll buy you
Mm-hmm.
rap music. We have all type of good foods and treats for you. Your party life will be amazing, and you will have all the space in the world to put them threes up playing with Zion Williamson. Let me tell
Oh
you.
man, could you imagine that,
Let
man?
me tell you. Open threes for Dame all day.
A closer like him, man,
Oh,
and
bro,
sharp shooting.
that would be
Could you imagine
that would
that?
be great if that happened. Now I'm not saying it might. I'm not saying it will happen. I'm just saying. I'm just just visualize that just for the next couple of months. Just
Say they
visualize
come.
that for the next couple of months, and now and hey, and you might receive breaking news. Like or wherever, because they're saying Damian Lillard signed 2-year deal with the Pelicans. You never know.
Well, he
Anything can
can't.
happen.
He can't sign nothing, bro.
I'm just
Last time
saying. I'm not
Dame
saying it
got
will happen, but just visualize that for a minute. Yep, there it is right there. Would the Pelicans have a path
he got a $200 million
trading
contract, man.
for
He
Blazers
just signed maybe a
guard
year or two ago,
Damian
so
Lillard?
I don't think he's gonna be able to sign a new contract like that. But he would have to get traded. And I like Dame Hill, but some of these trade proposals I'm hearing from my end is crazy, man. They got us giving up like 6 picks, Brandon Ingram, Kyra Lewis, and a bunch of other players. Like I don't know, it sounds a little crazy to me when I start looking at some of
Yeah.
them trade proposals. Like and understanding that Dame is
Hey,
sturdy, so when you get him, you got maybe
yeah, I'm
five.
seeing I'm seeing that too, bruh. Yeah, I'm seeing that.
You know, I don't think we in
Yeah.
championship
Yep.
100%
So
mode. You get them when you really
we just had to see what the Pelicans gonna do. We just want to see what the Pelicans gonna do. During this off season. I hope they make some excellent decisions, better decisions. You know what I'm saying? Because hopefully, if they get their mind right, if they get a coach that can coach better, and if they can get the players in the right place, then this team could end up back in the playoffs. I know it's been a struggle because the last couple of years, with the pandemic situation. I get that, and them missing out the playoffs again. So you
You still there,
lost
brother Jay?
Brother Jerry.
I think we lost brother Jay.
I think we lost him, man. The connection was a little choppy.
All right, brother Jerry, we sound like we lost him. He dropped out. All right, let's move on to the next family. We've got Kenneth. What's up, Kenneth? I see your fam and Jasper
Yo,
right
yo.
there. We're gonna bring both of them at the same time, man. Create a quick panel right quick. All right, Kenneth.
Yeah,
We got Kenneth and
thank
Jasper on
y'all,
the line.
man.
What's happening, fellas? How y'all doing?
Thank y'all for doing this the weekly thing, man. I be thinking about the Pelicans at least every day. I check on Pelicans Instagram every morning, every evening, every night, just to see what the updates are. But I want to start mine off with like bashing AD on a little bit because you know how last year, I know y'all remember this. Last year he was talking about, oh, the athletic trainer, the same trainer as the Saints, and I'm not really getting the treatment. That's why I'm always hurt. Boy, you've been hurt the whole year. The whole year. That boy Chuck had to call him out. He said plain clothes Davis because he always in street clothes.
That's what he called street clothes. Anthony Street Clothes Davis.
Yeah, like, so what a smoke at for
And
them?
he
What
got
a
the
smoke?
nerves as well. He got the nerves with all them chains, all on sideline chains and earrings and everything, plain clothes.
Well, he messed up when he went to the Lakers, man. Because I mean, everybody knows when you go over there and you play alongside LeBron. LeBron got the media in his pocket. So if anything go left, it's gonna all be on you. If you notice, they ain't saying nothing negative about LeBron. It's all AD hurt, AD soft, this or that. They ain't saying nothing bad about LeBron. So
Mm-mm.
he should have do that when he signed up for it, man. He gonna have to eat it.
But yeah, y'all saw that they're trying to they might be trading Marcus Smart this year because of what's happening right now, and
I
that
agree.
might be somebody we pick up.
Yeah, that'd be an excellent guy to get on this team, man. I mean, wow, Marcus Smart, is a Josh Hart type player. He shoot threes better, probably play defense a little bit better too. So That'd be an excellent guy to get. I'm not so sure if Boston gonna break all of that up, man. I think they can retool and probably still keep going at it.
All right, Kenneth, you got we're gonna you got something else to drop? We're gonna bring in Jasper, let him drop some knowledge too. You got anything else, my brother?
Nah, I was just thinking about I saw something today that said CJ McCollum too was gonna be probably want to trade him rather than Dame because that might not be working out too. And I was seeing how y'all thought that would fit.
You got this one, BQ.
What McCullough?
Yeah.
But actually, I think that's more believable, to be honest with you, that they'll move McCullough before Lillard. I mean, if you remember, before McCullough came back, Lillard was handling business there. And they have a bad little team, man. It's just Portland people have bigger aspirations than, just getting bounced out the playoffs in the first round. That's a Pelican family member dream to make it to the playoffs. And I can only wish to get to the playoffs to get bounced out in the first round. See, we are settled for that right now. But it's crazy how it works, ain't it? But just to get there. But you're absolutely right. I think McCullough wouldn't be a bad Batman, a shooter. But man, listen, he got a fat contract. What would that look like? Right, that's a big chunk of change. And then I just want to find out who gonna run the team. Like Kellen Straw said in the Pelican article, who's going to be the top dog? Who the point guard is? Because I think that's a big part of this. Are we going to commit to Lonzo Ball? Are we going to give him the money that he wants? Or are we going to go in a different direction on that? That's what it comes down to me. Then once that's decided, then we can know exactly what we need to do with any other moves that we need to make. But I just don't think a lot of the moves that we're going to be doing is going to be something pertaining to. Hold on, we're getting a bit of a. Let me mute you right quick, Kenneth. You're getting a little feedback there.
There you go. YouTube on in the background.
Yeah, there it is. I had to mute him a bit. I think he had to speak on. But listen, what I'm saying is that McCullough wouldn't be a bad pickup, but man, he got a big fat chunk ass contract. And then on top of that, my concern is like, okay, who's the point guard of the Pelicans? We had Lonzo at 2. Do they pay him and then shell out him to 1? Or do they go out and they look for a veteran point guard to bring in here to run the team? Because I don't see them doing the point Zion thing full time. In intervals of the game, that's fine, but you can't get away from the fact that you need a point guard that knows when to go to this guy and this guy at certain intervals of the game, know when to start attacking, know when to need to be doing. You see what I'm saying? It makes a hell of a difference, But like I said, we got to figure that out first, and then that is more important than the Josh Hart move in my book. Just to be honest with you. McCullough helped any team win, but oh my goodness, his sharp shooting ability, he ain't all that good on the defensive end. He's all right defensively, but he'll knock your goddamn eyes out. But I just don't know if he fits here with that big old tag, with that big price tag. Go ahead, DC, then we'll go to Jasper.
Well, McCullough, I like McCullough, man. But my only problem with McCullough is the same problem I got with Bradley Beal. And Bradley Beal is so he's better than McCullough. I don't know how that fits with Brandon Ingram. Brandon Ingram is a pure scorer. We got a guy like McCullough. You know what I'm saying? McCullough to me he can shoot threes and he's a great 3-point shooter, but he's not like a sharp shooter to me. He's a scorer. He's a guy that he can shoot a lot of threes, but he gonna shoot some mid ranges. He gonna get to the basket. He just has a full offensive bag, and I don't know how that works with Brandon Ingram kind of being that same type of guy with us. So it's like you got those two scores, and then if we get him for $30 million, then okay, now you really need a point guard to kind of delegate things and let guys know when it's your turn to kind of do that, especially between Brandon Ingram and McCullough. So I'm not so sure on that, or if I want that, especially at the price. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I think Portland is probably willing to move him because of that. Like that's $30 million is a pretty hefty price tag for your second guy. You know what I'm saying? Are we even paying Brandon Ingram $30 million a year? We might not yet. It might balloon up to that at some point. But I like
Ingram is 27.2.
You 27.2?
27.2. Hold on. 27.2.
You can't get McCullough because McCullough would have to come in and be like that third guy. So, you know what I'm saying? for him to come in and be making more than Ingram, like I don't like that. I like Marcus Smart way more than McCullough. So Marcus Smart would be a smart trade if we could get him.
It would be a smart, but everybody gonna be doing that same thing, trying to go after Smart. That contract is a lot better.
Somebody got to get him, no Q.
This is true.
Why it can't be us?
All right, Jasper, my brother, appreciate you here, man. Go ahead and drop your knowledge, Jasper. Welcome to the stream, brother.
What's going on, Q and DC?
How you doing, my brother?
I ain't nothing, just chilling. I was just sitting here thinking, you know, I feel like David Griffin and Langdon got Sean Payton and what's his name? Sean Payton and what's the offensive coordinator name?
Pete Carmichael.
Pete Carmichael late relationship. Dave Griffin tell the general manager for the Pelicans give Dave Griffin suggestions, but Dave Griffin, you don't know nothing. I know it all. You just sit back and shut up. I've got this. That type of relationship. And and I was just sitting there thinking as well, if this team was constructed right from the get-go, we could have had a Chris Paul on the team still. We could have had all these good players on the team. We had a lot of good players come through New Orleans, but they fortunately went to other teams. It just comes down to ownership, coaching, and the way the team ran all together. That's right. All I wanted to say.
Right. Well, I mean, Jasper, to be honest with you, man, I agree, bro. Griffin, to me, man, is way too vocal. He's listen, too maybe vocal publicly, but way too vocal and way too visual. Well, I don't really need to see you that much, and you're not the guy that we need to be seeing anyway. And he don't get that because he's such a camera whore. He wants to get up in the spot. And see, I'm called it like it is because I see exactly that's the case. There is no reason why you're the VP of the team, but you got a general manager and an assistant GM, and you the one talking over both of them and them 2 versus 1. How are you talking more than them 2 people and they're the ones tasked to lead this team forward? How is that even possible?
Oh, I agree. You look throughout the NBA. I think our VP talk more than any other VP in the league.
Yes.
You hear, I don't never hear from no one else.
Nobody else.
Nobody else. He the only one that's vocal. He like our spokesperson.
Right. I'm tired of him, bro. I'm sick of him, to be honest with you.
I am completely flabbergasted with you guys' assessment.
Flabbergasted?
I am flabbergasted. This is totally mind-numbing. I can't believe that you would say such things about I am here to build a sustainable future.
Should it be me?
I have a 5-year plan, and I will implement
a 5-year plan. Your ass gonna be out of here in 3 years, Buster. Let me tell you.
And another thing about
your plan,
the point,
even at changing language job.
Go ahead, Jasper.
And another thing about the point Zion, it works. It's good. It's effective. But I look at that as same as we using Taysom Hill as running back, running back tight end because we feel like we don't have any other option but to use them in that fact to run the offense right now. So we do need a dominant point guard. I'm not saying Lonzo Ball can't be a dominant point guard, but he's been in the league for many years and he hasn't. He had a good season this year, but he hasn't. He a good playmaker and all that. But I'm not sure why he's not a primary ball handler other than to have him sitting in the corner. We should play him towards his strengths. We might get more out of him.
Yeah, the Zion. A lot of people excited about the point Zion experiment, man. And I think it was fun watching him do it because he got the skill set to do it. But Zion Williamson is not a point guard, man. It's good to watch him do that. But listen, we need an actual point guard to direct where the ball is going, whether it goes to Zion or BI, or if the off or whoever we play in opposition some kind of way is taking Zion out of it or taking BI out of it. And this guy takes the game in his hands and makes things happen. He gets to the cup. He plays defense. He can hit the 3-pointer because a lot of times that guy's going to get a lot of wide open 3-point shots. And I'm saying that because I can visualize Lonzo Ball doing that. Even the passive aggressiveness that we seen with Lonzo when his mind is right is he gets to the cup And really, he's improved on his free throw shooting. He's a lot of stuff he's improved. In my mind, point that should be the thing. But this David Griffin is going to be desperate this offseason. Do he overlook giving the money to Lonzo Ball? And remember, both your superstar one, Zion, in 2 years contract, and then of course BI's here. They both want Lonzo Ball on this team.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's the biggest thing right there. Do he and I'm saying him, do he go looking past them and say, nah, my job is on the line. I'm going to get this other guy over here because we can't afford Lonzo Ball. I mean, that's the big question.
Yep.
I'm thinking he's foolish enough to do that.
Don't be surprised if because David Griffin was in Cleveland with J.R. Smith. Don't be surprised he's talking about bringing J.R. Smith in for a winning culture.
Oh my goodness!
He ain't bringing J.R. Smith in now because
I was like, oh no, he got to go. Get him out of here.
But yeah, they definitely need to make a decision on that. And I would say keep Lonzo Ball. The only way you can get rid of Lonzo Ball, in my opinion, you have to replace him with someone of at least equal value or better. And that's kind of hard to do. Like, I mean, people complain about paying that guy 18, 20 million.
Man,
but
that's the standard.
Eric Bledsoe is getting like 18 million. You
18 million.
Luke Kennard, who's probably making close to the same money, and he barely can get playing time. So
he looked like they picked him up off the street somewhere. He don't have no muscle definition at all. He running around now. What's weights?
Right.
But he hitting the 3-pointers. He knocking the shot. He getting paid big money. So that 20 million is pretty much the standard for a starting level guard. If Eric Bledsoe can get it, $18 million for Eric Bledsoe. Are you kidding me?
Yeah,
are you serious?
I wouldn't
get it. That's for damn sure. Dennis Schroeder ain't getting it. He talking about that $84 million, man. He might not get that offer again from nobody.
Man, I wouldn't be upset if we trade Adams and run with Gomez and Hayes at center. We could start Hayes and the Gomez back him up. I'd be okay with that. He showed potential at the end of the season. He Adams more of a rebounder and defensive, but Hayes has more offensive. He's more offensive skills than Adams. Well, we could use.
You can't sleep on his defense either, man. I don't know if a lot
this
of
season gets trading until the middle of the year.
No, I'm talking about Jackson Hayes.
No, I'm saying he talked about trading Steven Adams to open up playing time for Jackson Hayes, but your stance is not to trade, to keep Steven Adams for a half a year. That's what you were saying, right? Or have you changed your mind?
Because I don't know if a lot of people realize that Billy Herman Gomez's contract is up.
It is?
We're not guaranteed to get him back. So you're going to need a backup center, in my opinion. So if we can get Billy Herman Gomez back, or if we trade Steven Adams in the right amount of time before that guy signs a contract, then sure, Q, what you saying. But I think it would be a good idea to hold on to him. I was saying to kind of walk Jackson Hayes into his first starting role. Like, you don't want him to just be starting and naked out there with nobody to lean on while he's still trying to figure things out. So that's why I was saying to trade him, like, right before the trade deadline, or, maybe a month or so before the trade deadline. Oh, shit. Like, you go a month into the season and you see Jackson Hayes got it, then you get rid of him. But
I was saying,
a backup plan in case, Jackson Hayes ain't quite ready to take on 30, 33, 34 minutes a night. I'm saying give him 24. I mean, we only gave him 18 minutes last year, a night. Maybe 18, 19 he averaged, if that. So you bump his minutes up to maybe 25, 26, 24, something like that. And if he can handle that and you see he can take more, then boom, you go to the 32, 33, 34 area. And then at that point, you can get rid of Jackson Hayes.
And what made me funny is Jackson Hayes' daddy, and he was a strength and a conditioning coach in that field. Why, he should be putting on some muscle. He should come back swole. He should come back, you know what I mean? Like, man, But, everybody body different. And I was saying the two LA teams, if the Clippers lose, LeBron James already having a garage sale this offseason. Now, if the Clippers lose, they're having a garage sale too. So he got a lot of players there you could probably possibly pick up, like Zubac or, those type of caliber players.
Yeah, you're right. But I mean, you can't bank on it because we don't know what them guys gonna do yet. So ain't no telling.
Well, All right, that's all I wanted to say, Big Q. And I'm gonna get back in the chat.
All right, appreciate you, my brother, for chiming in on this one, man. Much love to you. We're gonna bring Kenneth. You still there, brother?
Yeah, I wanted to say one more thing about that Marcus Smart trade. I mean, yeah,
Yes, sir.
they I saw that the Celtics were looking for a center this offseason. So I'm thinking like, I don't know if David Griffin's that smart, but Steven Adams for Marcus Smart would be a great deal for them because they need a center. They're looking for a center, and I don't know how much longer they're trying to. Well, they say they're not trying to keep Marcus Smart, so I think that would be a good trade too.
That would be an excellent trade. I mean, you basically trading two guys that we both need, and we got our starter in a shooting guard in Marcus Smart, and he could possibly play a little backup point guard or play with like a guy like Kyra with the second unit too, and you could have Kyra just basically facilitate, and he ain't got to worry about that perimeter threat because we know his defense is a little bit of a question mark at this point. So that would be dope. And then they could get Steven Adams, a guy who get rebounds, who could kind of do a lot of different things and set their offense up with his strong picks and all of that stuff. And he plays decent defense. I just think the scheme we run, he don't really work for us. So I think the Celtics would get better if they got a Steven Adams and they can find somebody to plug in at that shooting guard spot. So and then we could have NAW be like a guy that get like 29 minutes and be like a 6-man. So it would be excellent. But my question to you, if we do that, hopefully we ain't got to give no picks. But if we got to add a pick to get that, then how the hell are we going to get off of Eric Bledsoe?
Yeah, I mean, I doubt we need a pick for that. I mean, you already getting a
straight up?
Huh?
You think they'll do that trade straight up?
We'll probably put in like Winnie and Gable or something like that. Somebody that so like a signing trade with Winnie and Gable probably, or maybe I don't know, James Johnson or something like that. Signing trade with James Johnson.
James Johnson not signing us no more.
Yeah, we would have to sign him again and then trade him. But also, y'all was saying like y'all don't know a VP that talks a lot, and I'm thinking I always think of this the dude that talks. David Griffin talks so much. Danny Ainge. Danny Ainge be talking all over we hear about the Celtics. Next thing you hear, Danny Ainge. So I feel like Danny Ainge.
It's the reason he leaving the Celtics. His big mouth, because he said some choice stuff. Some people, calling him a lightweight racist and stuff for some of his comments. So I think that got something to do with him leaving Boston, how they was trying to defend the guy throwing the water bottle at Kyrie and all of that nonsense. But Danny Ainge is a high commodity out there. I heard he might be on his way to Utah, though. I don't know how true that is. His best friend, I think, works over there as a part owner of Utah or something like that.
Good to have friends.
Yeah, it is, bro.
Danny Ainge knows how to play the game. That's for certain.
You think he's gonna keep coaching because he retired right now? You think he's gonna keep doing basketball because his record not looking too good? It's been 10 years since he actually done something with the team.
Since they won the championship, but Celtics been a team in the playoffs, and this year it was really strange. It just didn't work this year. It just all fell apart. But look at the Lakers too. Every now and again, they had these strengths. They were competing, and now it's time for somebody else to come. And that's the great diversity of the league that makes it so interesting. That you had a Lakers, you had a Boston team that were considered some of the top teams in the NBA at one time, and as of recent. But look at the Lakers now, outside looking in. The Celtics are flustered as well. So, like I said, it happens, man. It's that great versatility we witnessed. We just got to get our squad on point. But Danny Ainge has done a terrific job, man, in his administration career. He's won championships as a player, as a administrator. He's done that. He's had success. His team were competitive for the summation of time that he was there. They might have not won as many championships, but that team was in the playoffs the majority of the years there and excelling, getting into the second round. And, they might not get to the third round, but they were in there. He got Jaylen Brown there. He got Tatum there. He made some good calls. He made a few moves. He did a little too much at times, but he usually, if you deal with Danny Ainge, he's going to get the best of the deal on your ass. Ain't no doubt about that. So Danny Ainge, in my opinion, he did a pretty good job in Boston. He got championships there for him. as a player, as an administrator, and way more accomplished than anything that we have to take some bitches and pile them together to make one Dan Ainge. And you take all of the general managers we had at the Pelicans and put them together, you probably would be able to put a leg or a foot together of what Dan Ainge was able to do with that organization with Boston. You know, I'm just keeping it real. But, you know, it is what it is. But he made them competitive for years, man. And that's, you know, what you can hope for. He tried. He get in there and do what he do. Now, as far as the other stuff he was saying about him, other people, he need to keep his big fat mouth shut on that. Just steady to the basketball stuff and don't say nothing about all that other stuff. Just don't do it because you piss off somebody, then they get on you. So I mean, just shut up about all that other stuff and just do what you're supposed to do, which put the basketball team together. You know, it's just what it is. But yeah, Kenneth, listen, bro, I appreciate you. You got anything else you want to add to the stream, my friend?
Nah, I'm good. I'm good. Thanks for doing this stream too, y'all. Appreciate it, really do.
Appreciate you, bro. Appreciate you supporting it, bro.
All right, I'll see y'all later.
All right,
Peace.
brother.
Thank you, bro. Kenneth is appreciate him, and Jasper for chiming in, and brother Jerry as well. Damon's asking about the LSU podcast. It's called Tough Tiger Talk.
No, Q. You gotta say it right. You ain't saying it right, bro.
I said Tough Tiger Talk. What, DC? What's that?
Tough Tiger Talk. Like you know how you say it when it come on, man. Gotta say it right, bro.
Well, you know, that's like old Coach O. How Coach O said, yeah, we got to. I tell you what, fam, we got to do it. We got to do it big. We got to make sure we do it. Coach O, did you touch that old girl? Listen, I ain't got no comment on that. You know what I'm saying?
Coach O, did you eat an ashtray full of cigarettes before you started talking?
No. Let me tell you something. I've been talking like this my whole life. When I was 1 year old, I was talking like I sound just like this. What happened was I swallowed my pacifier. It got stuck down, and then they wrapped around here my voice box. I couldn't talk anymore. So I just decided this is going to be what it is. But, you know, I was going to just do it and just take it to the next level. But damn, the name of the podcast is called Tough Tiger Talk. Tough Tiger Talk is Tough Tiger Talk. And it's spelled Tuff. It's not tough. It's spelled ebonically. It's Tuff, Tough Tiger Talk on YouTube. If you're a tiger person, go ahead and subscribe to Tough Tiger Talk. And go Tigers. There you go.
That's a lot of.
I know that's the breath. But it's Tough Tiger Talk on Tuesdays.
I'm glad you got that pop filled on there. That's a lot of.
There you go, brother. Tear that damn mic up, bro. All right, so with that, big up to the rest of the family members in here as well. DC, he says nobody wants to. I'm saying big stuff.
My Sean been cutting us in the chat. Oh, so, bro. God damn, Sean. You gonna say something positive about us tonight, bro? I know you ain't cutting us per se, but boy, you been cutting the Pelicans, boy.
What about Schroeder? I think he's saying. What do you think about
we
Schroeder?
Stupid enough to sign Schroeder. He trying to cut us again. I don't think we that dumb, bro. I don't think we stupid enough to do that. If they let Lonzo walk and then sign Schroeder and give him $100 million, oh my God, dog. People gonna be ready to go burn the goddamn Pelicans arena down, bro. Because that just don't make no sense. So you gonna let Lonzo go and then get a guy who scored a total of 8 points in 2 games in the playoffs with the Lakers facing elimination? Come on, man.
Schroeder,
I don't think we that crazy.
Need to rebrand itself from Schroeder to Shrinker because boy, he disappeared in there. He did it. And then of course, Jason, what's up, Jason? Jason says, how about Draymond? How about Dinwiddie?
I like Dinwiddie though. I mean, if as much as I want Lonzo back, if we didn't bring Lonzo back and we wind up with a guy like Spencer Dinwiddie, I could be on board for that. Like if he's healthy, you know what I'm saying? You got a guy that's an excellent scorer that can work with Point Zion as a scoring point guard. Then when you want to convert the other way, Spencer Dinwiddie is a damn pretty good regular point guard too. And he's going to play decent defense. He's not known as a defender, but I like Spencer Dinwiddie.
Yeah, he actually, and also Jason asked about our chances of landing CP3 as well, getting him back in the building. I don't know about that one now. But that'll be a big fat chunk of change, man. Even at this advanced age, CP3 making a lot of money, DC.
Man, they talking about him opting out, and I'm thinking they saying he gonna opt out, you know, to give the team a little bit of a break. Now they said, he gonna put the pedal to the metal. He gonna get a 3-year extension for like $100 million. I'm like, God damn. Well,
damn.
CP3 is running up the bag, bro. When you the president of the Players Association, bro, I guess it comes with some perks.
Yeah, it must be, man. And man, let me tell you, man.
But damn, 40
Yeah,
million?
that's a lot of
I
money to
don't
get
think she 40
CP3.
million good. I mean, well, if they win a championship, you can't really argue it.
Yeah, but I don't think he comes back to the Pelicans. And the $40 million, man. My goodness, man.
That's crazy.
That I wouldn't dare do that.
That's
I
crazy.
wouldn't dare do that. I would stay away from that as soon as possible. You know,
It's working
that's
out for the Suns, though, Q. They
it
paying
is.
about 39 to
Yeah,
30 right now?
they gave him that, and it worked out because it's a lot of young talent around. And CP3 pretty much quiets the crowd, and he organizes and distributes, and he knows when to take over and when not to. And that's what I was saying about what the Pelicans are lacking, because you have Lonzo Ball. I mean, you have a guy like Zion Williamson, and then of course you got a guy like Brandon Ingram. These are two fantastic players, but you need a point guard that can play with them, that can distribute the ball at certain times of the game to them,
I
and then
think
of
we
course
got
when
him.
they're struggling. Well, I mean that's what I'm saying, but we know Lonzo's supposed to be that dude. But do they see that?
He didn't command the respect. I wouldn't say respect. He seems like a kind of a quiet guy on the court. I don't know if he's very vocal in demanding that respect from other players like your Eric Bledsoes and Steven Adams, and I think he's got it with Bi and Zion. Like they kind of know what he's thinking, and if you see, he always puts them in good positions. And the times when I see him get loose on plays and guys do hit him when he get open, it's always those two guys. A lot of other guys on the team, it's like they don't see what Lonzo sees or understand what's going on, and I don't think he communicates it to him to be able to understand. So, if in my opinion, he is that guy, but he's lacking in on court like leadership department to be able to convey that to other players. Because I done seen him make passes and stuff, and the pass was spot on, and go through people's hands and all type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? So we got him, but I guess you knocking off 18 mil, you paying him 20. You got to deal with what you got at that point. The other 18 mil is gonna be perfect.
Yeah, I know. How about
The
that?
Alonzo Ball is still gonna be a work in progress when it's compared to with other players.
In my opinion, it should be settled. If Zion tells you, NBI uniformly and in harmony tell you they want him here, who the hell are you to say no? We're gonna get somebody else. They built the chemistry.
The money he asking for, I don't think is that
That's
high.
not right. How could somebody say, well, 20 mil, my goodness, 18, 20 million, that's too much for Lonzo Ball. But then we sit up here paying Eric Bledsoe $18 million? Make that make sense.
Adams making 17 million.
Right.
He basically, then almost was getting phased out towards the end of the season and was about to lose his starting job.
Right. 17 million. And listen, and we talked about this, and Till and other family members all said the same thing. And as far as Jim Kev says, am I covering LSU basketball? Yes, I will be covering LSU basketball, GM Kev. So yes, I used to cover LSU basketball. I've been doing the Tough Tiger Talk for a while too. Like I said, that all was a part of the original Sports Coma broadcast. We covered all of that stuff. But yeah, I will be bringing it back and covering it because LSU basketball is prominent now, and they're doing some good stuff over there. I'm really happy to see what they're doing. But anyway, to get back on topic here, I just think that if the 20 million that he's commanding is absolutely on point, and the Steven Adams comment you made, DC, and we talking like I was saying about Till and him and the rest of the family agreeing. If I'm paying a guy 17 million, DC, I want him to be able to average a double. You're gonna get out there and give me 12 and 10 a night, or 14 and 10. If we can get a steady 14 and 10 out of Steven Adams every night, man, I'm happy with that for $17 million. That's double. 17 million, bro. I want Clinton Capella type numbers, DC.
I wonder why we didn't jump on that when he was up for trade, man.
I was saying, man,
I don't even remember what the Rockets got for trading Clinton Capella.
I was saying,
they trade him for like a bag of potato chips or something.
Yeah, they was just trying to get from up under that contract. Mm-hmm. Just trying to get away from his contract. But Atlanta made a smart move because they got a serious defender there that's really showing off some stuff.
They're looking good too, man. People talking about Atlanta. I think Atlanta might be able to go ahead and walk Philly, bro. Atlanta might wind up in the conference final, bro.
Talented team that they talk about was getting rid of Collins, and he comes in, he steps up. Clinton Capella, Trae Young. Well, Nate McMillan is a former All-Star point guard. He's the big guard. big guard, off guard, played 2 and 1 at time, big old guard. But Nate McMillan was a guy that knows how to talk to players. That's why he had so much success when he was in Portland and other stops along the way. Nate McMillan's a good coach, and he's a really good dude when it comes to talking to these young players. They respect him, and that's why he took off with that other guy couldn't. That guy had basically had the same team, and Nate McMillan said, "Let me come in here. Let me show you how to do this in here." And then what's so great about it, DC McMillan took over the team. He didn't even much want the job. He was like, "Nah, I don't want it," and he was forced on him. And he was like, "Okay, I'll do it." And then when he did it, he said, "Let me show you how to do this." And then, boom, they started off with a 10-game winning streak, and they never looked back. So I mean, that's what good coaching does for you, and no excuse letting.
Man, I'm always an advocate. When you study just the league, man, it seems to me the coaches that win championships, they always have played basketball at the highest level and have won championships as players. That's always been the best coaches, man, for the most part. I'm sure they got an exception in there somewhere. But if you go back and just look at all the coaches that have won in the past seasons, just recently, all of them have been players that have been on championship teams. So, or at least, a lot of the good coaches in the league, they have been players and they were really good players. And I get that because, I mean, think about if you was on your job and you got a guy that comes in and he's over your department and he ain't never did what you did. Like every time he try to tell you what to do, how you need to do your job. I mean, how you gonna take that? Like, you know,
You're gonna take it well. Man, what the hell are you talking about? You ever did this before?
Like,
No, but in theory, I could tell you how.
I went to college and they told me, man, nobody don't want to hear that shit. You ain't never did this.
Right.
People just they're not gonna respect you. Every once in a while, a guy like that, he can earn your respect by he'll tell you something or how to do this or do that. And you're like, okay, he ain't never did this, but damn, that makes sense. He right. Just over the time going through scenarios and he tells you stuff and it lines up with what you know, or you just go out on a limb and do what he say and it works. You earn that trust. But man, coaches that were players, they got a little bit more of a leeway with players buying in because it's a guy that did it. He been where I'm at. He gets it. And then they're gonna talk to him in a way like they get it, because they do get it. They understand what they're going through and they understand what life is like for them, man. So shout outs to Nate McMillans and all the other Nate McMillan type coaches out there, man, because they truly are the backbone of the league, and they are usually the coaches that make a difference. A lot of other coaches you have, they might have some basketball knowledge, but if you ain't got a superstar on the team, you ain't about to win nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like, some of them coaches, they ain't gonna win a damn thing until you get a certain players. But you got like Nate McMillan type coaches. You got Monty Williams. I don't remember his pedigree as a player, but you got guys that it don't matter who you put out there. You know what I'm saying? They gonna find a way to win. They may not get a championship, or if their talent ain't up to par, they might not make the playoffs if they don't have enough talent. But whatever they got out on the floor, they're gonna get the most out of. And
yeah, I agree with
that's
you.
That's
what
a coach is supposed to do.
Yep, absolutely. Get the most out of his players. Jasper says, I have a question. When Griffin was in Cleveland, did LeBron make Griffin look good, or was he really making the moves that won them the championship? Well, I talked about this early in the stream. I went off and I said a lot of this was LeBron, man. LeBron was telling Griffin what he wanted, and he was acting as an overpaid gopher to go and get what LeBron wanted. That's pretty much what it is. He wanted J.R. Smith on the team. Go get me J.R. Smith. We need him. Go get him. This person, we go get him. LeBron was the one that helped Tristan Thompson get paid, DC. He wasn't supposed to make that kind of money. But LeBron was the one that was saying this, that, and third. That's why Griffin was trying to get up out of there. And that's why, what's his name? The owner of the Cleveland Browns wanted to get LeBron off the team because LeBron was really running the team. LeBron was running the whole thing over there. They know it and I know it, but he going to sit up there and pretend like he made that championship happen.
Well, we seen what happened when LeBron wasn't there with Kyrie. They couldn't win a damn thing.
Couldn't win a damn thing. That man drafted Deion Waiters, and Deion Waiters was a hell of a player. Then he drafted Irvin to go with him, and then both of them hated each other. Couldn't stand each other. And he couldn't get them to
get that out in the scouting report, aren't you?
Couldn't get it together.
Maybe they should have just asked one of them. I mean, did they tell Deion Waiters they was going to draft Kyrie?
Probably not. They drafted KLJ without telling SVG. So you tell me what you did, what you think of how it went.
Well, obviously, your assessment of that has answered the question. I don't
Oh yeah.
depth on that. Anybody with two eyes who watched LeBron go from Miami to Cleveland and then instantly they're in the finals should easily understand.
LeBron's team, fam. David Griffin was along for the ride. He got
Well, I'm
a little
calling him
thing.
Le GM for nothing. They
He
call
got
him Le GM.
and then he was able to parlay that into a payday with the Pelicans, wasn't he? Come in here like he the big shit on the block, and right now that if LeBron had not went back to Cleveland, you would not have that championship.
But
You would
one
not
thing
have
I
it.
can give David Griffin credit for
Is
is
drafting Anthony Bennett?
he could definitely take accountability for that. I don't know if you will call it credit, but what I can give him credit for is when he has guys that he decides he wants for us to go in a trade. I would give him above average in being able to finagle and negotiate and get trades. Like he gets the guy he wants, and he doesn't typically overpay or pay drastic prices. I mean, he actually got us a good deal from the Lakers, but I mean, the deal was already on the table. The Drew Holiday deal would have been a good deal if we wouldn't have immediately not got rid of Eric Bledsoe. I mean, if we would immediately got rid of Eric Bledsoe and not just gave away one of the picks that we just got, like soon as we got it, and then take our other pick that we got during the draft and trade it and give it to somebody else. You know what I'm saying? It might have actually been a good situation. The trade that he proposed was good, but the actions that he took with what he got is what we disagreeing with. So I give him credit for pulling off trades and getting guys that way. He's actually pretty talented in doing that. That's why I feel like he should sit back and listen to Trajan Langdon on player acquisitions, and then just go ahead and pull out the fine details and making stuff happen. But he obviously needs somebody else in his ear on telling him who to get and why to get them, and he need to quit being so damn egotistical and listen.
Yeah, and he also needs to stop being the general manager and let the general manage the
Basically,
team.
what I was just saying, brother.
Right, and also BT, also talk to your own coach. Even though you picked a guy that has PS, what you call it? We got post traumatic, disorder, whatever. From being in Detroit as a general manager, he starts shaking when he talk about personnel decisions. Man, that's something wrong with that. You're not supposed to be doing that. Like we start shaking profusely when he said, "What you want? What kind of player you want?" Like, man, what's wrong with you, man?
What type of crazy crap is that, Q?
Bro, that is absolutely insane for somebody to start shaking profusely because somebody asked him what kind of player you want. Please, you just don't ask me that ever again. Nah, you know what? You know what? I'm gonna point you right to the team doctor. Hey, doctor, come on up in here. Let's get this man checked out as soon as possible. Because you ain't supposed to be shaking like a leaf when somebody asks you what kind of player you want, and then we sit up here saying, why don't Stan Van Gundy play KLJ? Because he had no vested interest to pick. How you picking players for the coach and he ain't involved in the process? He has to decide on a guy that fits his system. So he was like, listen, this guy right here, I like this guy. And if you don't want to be involved in the process, give a list. Or at least 25 to 50 players that you would like. And
He
then let him
did give a list. He did.
Him give a list.
No, it's Stan Van Gundy. I want you guys to go out and get Eric Bledsoe.
That's terrible.
Eric Bledsoe is a great guy. I mean, he's dynamic. He can play defense. He's excellent, Big Q. This guy is awful. He's just, oh my God.
He's awful. That's just
He
terrible.
can build a fucking wall on the perimeter.
I just want to punch Stan Van Gundy if he talking to me like that, bro. If I was just like, man, I'm sorry, Stan, I had to punch you in your mouth just to shut you up because you are so annoying, bro.
You know who you remind me of when he talk?
Fingernails on the chalkboard?
No, you remember that dude I use in like a lot of little weird movies, bro? That dude, Gilbert Godfrey.
Oh, my goodness. Just punch Gilbert Godfrey.
You remember him, Big Q?
I remember. He was the voice of the parrot off Aladdin, man. I forgot the little dude's name.
Annoying.
Yeah,
super agitated and annoying.
Yeah, you just want to punch him in the mouth to shut him up. That's what you just punch him in the mouth. Anyway,
that's what the man told him, bro. He wanted Eric Bledsoe. They say, who you want to draft? Eric Bledsoe.
That's terrible.
So
And when
they pulled the Drew Holiday trade, bro.
I know, bro, and then that's the terrible part about it is we were saying, listen, there you go, Leago. That's what Jared said. Yeah, the little
Yeah,
parrot from Iago. So I mean, that's the thing there, man, that we have to understand here, man. It's just so much dysfunction, so much just this little dysfunctional points that's like, man, this is really weird how all of this is shaping together. But anyway, we got one more caller, and we got State of the Pelicans, DJ is
Oh,
chiming in.
DJ.
So let's welcome DJ into the stream. DJ, are you on the line?
Well, yeah,
Yes, I
DJ.
am. What's going on, DC and Big Q?
How you doing, my friend? Welcome to the stream, bro.
I'm doing pretty good. Yo, before I go on my rant, shout out to the Phoenix Suns. The Lakers are gone now. Woo! Yo, sir. Hey,
A lot of people hate the Lakers, man. Good grief.
hey, but
We're tired of them.
They messed up our whole season, bro.
I know.
A couple of years ago. Can you blame them?
No, I'm not. Anthony Davis went out there and got his issue.
That's all, folks. That was all for his ass this year.
Mm-hmm.
hey, but
Go
you know
ahead,
who in
DJ.
the playoffs though that we let go, and he not getting better playing time? It's
Drew Holiday.
Each one more,
there
and
you go.
Langston
your guy.
Galloway, I believe.
Galloway and
Langston Galloway playing for
they both are Phoenix, ain't they?
Yeah,
Langston Galloway with Phoenix too.
Yep.
yeah.
Man, mine is just collecting our guys. Huh?
Yep.
That's-
That was another guy I shouldn't have let. That was a guy on the list that I was like, man, why did they let Langston? He was from Baton Rouge. Langston came here. He was a player, man. He played defense. He was smart.
He was real fast.
Right. I like Langston Galloway. Smart, man. They just one of those players we shouldn't have let go. Go ahead, DJ.
All right. So my thing is, I want to know, as far as the coach, as far as the head coach, what moves do y'all see us making in the offseason?
As far as the what?
The coach.
The head coach.
Oh, that's an easy move. We gonna go into the offseason with Dan Van Gundy. that's the move we making. They ain't about to get rid of him yet, bro. I mean, they got it, and rightfully so. As much as we know he not the coach, and I really feel like we will flourish and be a better team under a younger coach. Obviously, a coach that's probably played at a high level in the league with excellent basketball knowledge. But you got to give Stan Van Gundy a full offseason. I mean, that's just that's the right thing to do. It's the smart thing to do. Give him a full offseason and see what it looks like. If it looks exactly the same after about 10 to 15 games, you pull the plug on that shit fast.
Like, how is Sam Van Gundy contract looking like? Because I know that last year's a coach option or something like that.
On SVG's deal?
Yeah.
Hold on, let me pull it up, bro. Give me a second. I'll pull it up here. I don't think I got my sport track up, but it's as far as the players are concerned. But give me just a second. I'll pull that up on SVG's particulars. Yeah, but I mean, I don't think that'll be an impediment to getting him out of here if he fails, because it's a really tough
Man, hold up, Q. Hold up.
4-year deal. Hold on, I'm gonna pull up what you saying, DC.
Yeah, I see for 4 years, bro.
4 years. You got a 4-year deal.
How much we paying them though?
Let's see.
Because they keep showing this Detroit deal when I'm trying to look it up. Man, I can't, but I almost fell off the seat seeing what he was making with Detroit. But that man had a 5-year, $35 million deal with Detroit, bro.
I know, bro. It's just,
Thank God he didn't got him.
he done made some money, man. Where more than what he was supposed to get, to be honest with you, because a lot of they had other people that should have had those gigs, and like I said,
They have friends like you.
yeah, it's good to have friends, because now most of the jobs that's open right now, they saying Van Gundy's brother is a key guy. These guys were sitting their ass in the vocal booth for years. How could a man step out the vocal booth and then jump up there and talk about he a front runner for a team? How the hell that work?
Yeah, excellent analysis in the vocal booth.
Yeah, but he been detached from the game for several years. I mean, how you gonna sit up here? I mean, calling it is one thing, but as
Man,
It's different.
you know the craziest thing about Stan Van Gundy, I'm realizing while looking at this contract, which is it's hard to find the numbers. The
Yeah, they
numbers
hard. They
is
hard.
popping up, bro. But this man is 61 years old. How did they sell us on this shit? For we got rid of Alvin Gentry, and they told us, we need to move into the future with younger players and younger everything, and we go get a 61-year-old coach.
Well, he ain't as old as Elvin Gentry, so I guess that's
Alvin Gentry, younger in spirit. At least Alvin Gentry brought party. Alvin Gentry
ain't no doubt about it.
and party a little bit, bro. He had a younger spirit.
Right. But I see. I'm trying to look up the numbers for it, man.
He under contract till he's 65.
Damn. Well, at least it ain't a Gruden contract. Hold on, let me pull it up here. Hold on, let me see.
It's hard to find the numbers, man.
Yeah, I'm trying to find the numbers for it. All right, hold on. Let me see if I can pull it up. All right. Man, I don't even see the numbers here. I'm going through Sport Track right now, seeing I can pull the numbers up on it right now.
I'm pulling up stuff for the Pelicans. They keep showing me what he was making in Detroit.
Let me see. I don't think that's in the article I got displayed either. If any of the family members know the numbers on it, Roy said it was 3 years. It looked like it said Pelicans agree on a coaching deal. As you can see, he agreed this deal is a 4-year deal, but the numbers, I don't think they ever put the numbers out on how much he's getting paid, to be honest, what you come to think about.
Is that embarrassing?
Well, I mean, I will find out, man.
Embarrassing one way or the other. That's the only reason they ain't out.
Yeah, I don't think the numbers is out on Van.
Wouldn't believe what he coaching for.
Right.
Or they wouldn't believe what we paying them.
Go ahead, DJ. You can go ahead on, bro, and I'm gonna keep looking while you making your other points.
Well, so DC,
what's up, bro?
Do you pick at the number 10 pick or whatever pick that we have, or do you trade that pick and get somebody like a veteran or something?
Well, in my opinion, I think I already stated I would trade for Malcolm Brogdon. So if I had to involve that 10 pick and to get rid of a guy like Eric Bledsoe and to get a Malcolm Brogdon, I would do that. If a guy that caliber or higher is on the table, then I go ahead with that 10 pick. Hypothetically, we could get a higher pick than that, honestly. But hypothetically, it's the 10 pick. I'm getting the generational talent. If somebody fell, like if let's say a Jalen Green or somebody like that happened to fall for whatever reason, I'm doing everything in my power to get that. I'm within 2 or 3 picks of that guy. If that's not on the table and the draft is kind of lining up like how it's supposed to, I'm getting the best defensive 3-point shooter that's there. The best 3-and-D guy they got. That's who I'm drafting with the 10 pick.
So you saying if the draft goes like it is, you're saying that you're gonna pick up a defensive shooting guard. What you gonna do with?
You don't necessarily have to be a shooting guard. I would honestly want a guy who plays multiple positions, a guy that just know how to shoot 3-pointers, is versatile, and can play defense. He could be a forward. He could be he could be a center, a stretch center. He could be a shooting guard, but he would have to at least be able to play small forward. Like I would want a 3-and-D guy, somebody who can play defense and shoot 3-pointers.
So what are you gonna do with Josh Hart then? You gonna keep him on the team or you gonna cut him?
Me personally, I would keep Josh Hart, but I mean, you still can get a 3-and-D guy. He can play with Josh Hart. Like you can't. If let's say the guy is 6'7", 6'8", and he can play defense and shoot 3-pointers, like you can't never have too many of them guys. You can have 4 or 5 of them on the team. To be honest with you.
Yeah. I'm not getting anything on this, man. This is ridiculous. His no.
Shh.
There's nothing on Stan Van Gundy's salary that I was able to find. Crazy. Stan Van Gundy is no numbers on this deal, man.
brother. Something weird on that.
Something is definitely weird on that. I'm gonna keep that. That has got me intrigued. I'm gonna keep studying upon this to find out, get to the bottom what this man making for New Orleans, man. Because his numbers are not up, and I've been studying on it. Okay, hold on. Okay, I see something here. Hold on. All right, it's saying $7 million salary here. So hold on. He earned
Detroit contract.
no. It says March the 24th. Is that what you're talking about?
I kept saying 2014 to 2018.
Hold
Detroit
on.
$35 million, $7 million a year.
No, it's saying Pelicans. Hold on, I'm gonna share my screen with you in a minute. This is the best that I can do that I was able to come up on with this guy's
Yeah,
contract.
that's
Very strange.
2018, 2019. Q. That's
Hold,
still Detroit. He got
no,
$10 million.
hold on, let me show it to you. Hold on. You see that? All right, this is on screen as you see. Highest paid NBA coaches. This is from sportsbank.net saying that the highest paid coaches, and then they're showing Popovich is here, and then you go down, and then you see highest paid NBA coaches. You got Scott Brooks here. You got Eric Spoelstra. They're saying excellent head coach of the Wizards, annual $7 million, 5-year contract. Then they're showing Spoelstra receives more of a modest salary at $3 million. You see Billy Donovan there with the Bulls, $4 million. Van Gundy listed right here. Stan Van Gundy earned $7 million salary and is currently the head coach for the New Orleans Pelicans. Being an NBA coach allowed Stan to train his team to the highest degree. So as you can see, he's saying $7 million. I don't know how accurate this is, but it's saying Tyronn Lue $7 million, Doc Rivers $8 million.
We couldn't pay Doc Rivers $8 million, but we give Stan Van Gundy $7.
It's all about whether they went right after Stan. Nobody wanted Stan Van
They
Gundy,
wanted Doc Rivers, man. I remember that. We put that all on the news and everything.
but that's the best I can do.
So we ain't want to pay him, I guess.
Right, that's the best I can do. No,
But
of course
I
not.
don't know, man. That might be a rollover money, Q, from that Detroit contract because they got him in 2018, 2019. He made $7 million.
Okay, we're gonna keep looking. That's the best that I got on that.
That might have been some dead money or something from when Detroit let him go.
Right, that'll be the last thing.
The Pelicans gave him $7 million, man.
Hey, y'all think Damian Lillard leaving the Trailblazers?
I don't
think so.
I don't think Dame then already exposed his hand to the world and say he wants to stick it out and try to play his whole career with Portland. So I don't see him leaving. And if he did, I could see Dame probably wanting to go somewhere doing a Kawhi and wanting to go back home, probably trying to go rekindle whatever the Warriors got going on or something like that.
Yeah, I don't think Dan. I agree with you. I don't think Dane goes anywhere. I think he stays exactly where he is, and they try to build the team with him. They don't have nothing without Dame Lillard. So I mean that's the bottom line there. So we're gonna see, but I don't think he goes nowhere either.
Well, I know I'm late. I'm sorry I'm the last caller, y'all. So, and I know y'all about to get off, but I'm gonna end it like this. If anybody talk about your Pelicans, you tell them, and the flocking nation to get the flock out of here and go flock yourself.
Thank you, DJ. Big ups to you, brother. Go Pels.
Copy that one.
All right, man.
All right, DJ, man. He did the end of the show for you there, DC. You don't have to do it with DJ came in there and got it done
already, bro.
Yeah, he did it, so we don't have to say it. And we're gonna tip out on that, family. Like, thank y'all for joining the live stream. It's been about 2 hours or so, or something like that. I forget. We be having so much fun. But I appreciate y'all joining us for the Saturday edition of the Pelican Post Game Report. Much love to you guys. Please feel free to hit the like button. If you didn't hit the like button, strike upon the like button. If you hadn't subscribed, or hit the subscribe button and join the flock. Join the flock, and also feel free to share the links in your social media feed. It also helps out the Pelican Post Game Report. And also thank all of the family members, man, for y'all terrific all of the great support you guys are doing, all the fantastic things that you guys do to help the platform become even more of a success. I hope you guys enjoy the show as we keep it real deal, hold it feel on here. And I appreciate all you guys for all the entire flock. Y'all know I got love for y'all, man. Much love to you guys. So with that being said, DC, another good show, my friend. I'll see you another Saturday, brother.
Oh yeah,
So see you next Saturday for
Saturdays.
another edition for the Pelican post game report. And a bit of programming note for the rest of the family members. Tomorrow there will be the TSC Madden simulation week number 2. The Saints plastered. They destroyed the Green Bay Packers in
Yes,
week
they
1.
should.
In the week 1 matchup on Memorial Day, the Saints destroyed the Packers in the simulation. We got the Carolina Panthers up next. That'll be tomorrow at 12 o'clock Central Time on the Sports Coma platform on the PRO Media Network. And we'll have that. And of course, tomorrow as well, might have several other pieces of content for the Patreon family members. On Q with Big Q news show will be coming out. We'll have some news on what happened with Dr. Fauci, and that little whole thing to have. We'll be
kicked out of there. I got that boy kicked out of there.
We're gonna talk about that in more in depth, and then also other news. We might do a sports coma later on in the afternoon toward the night. We'll see how it all goes. So hit the notification bells on that as well. So once again, thank you. Appreciate y'all joining us for tonight. Much love to y'all, DC, my friend. I'll see you later on next week, my brother. Appreciate you, and thank y'all for joining us. Go Pels.
Peace.